Yes, excuse the pajamas. I've had one pair of jeans. Okay, and hi everyone. Welcome to the second episode in our new season, and we are going to Eberron. We are in Eberron, and we are in the episode The Mists of Cyre. So I'm going to jump straight into this, and I'm going to set the scene for all of you guys. First of all, welcome to Eberron. This is a world that is recovering and still scarred from the last war and the catastrophic appearance of the morning, which was a mist that all but wiped out the ancient city of Cyre. This is a world of high magic, airships, and the lightning rail. And today we find ourselves in Sharn, a bustling, colourful, diverse city, which is a metropolis of trade, diplomacy, and intrigue, which looms over the top of the cliffs overlooking the Hilt in the bay at the mouth of the Dagger River. It is also known as the City of Towers, as it reaches up high into the sky. Today, where we find our characters, today is the holiday of Thronehold, a holiday to celebrate the Treaty of Thronehold. The signing of this is what ended the last war. They saved some of the most extravagant celebrations for this time. And the streets are lined with market stalls, colourful ribbons, and scarves, and just all manner of colours. There's illusions being thrown up into the air of colourful magic, basically to create different images of birds flying overhead and little wispy dragons and orbs. There are trails of light that weave and glow in between all of the buildings, decorating the many side streets. The smell of food fills the air, strong, sweet, and savoury. You can hear the crackling of fires as people are cooking all throughout the streets, and music rings through many of the squares. And this is where I will come to the characters. What are you guys doing at the matter of this amazing celebration where the whole city comes together? And let's start. Let's go around. If you can just say who you are and who you're playing. So that's Phoenix, 89. Who are you?
I am Phoenix of 89. I'm Ashley. And I am playing a Warforged named Emet. And right now, during this celebration, they don't really know how to feel about these celebrations, considering that they were a big part of this war, and that once it ended, they no longer had a purpose. And so it's a very odd time. So right now, Emet is just going through the crowd and is carrying a gigantic barrel of ale because they were asked to take it to another square because someone was running out. And so they're weaving through the crowds with this gigantic barrel. And because they don't know how to feel because they're Warforged, honestly, their face is just completely blank as they're going through this entire celebration.
Sort of as you walk through, some people maybe bump into you every now and again. So I'm assuming, like you said, this is a huge barrel. You get some funny looks here and there, but you're used to that. It's not a problem. And yeah, you make your way through. Are you on your way somewhere, or?
Yes, they're just going to another section that had run dry.
Yeah.
And was asked to take a cast over to him.
Okay. Fab. Okay, and then we go over to Archmage Derek.
Hi, I'm Archmage Derek, and I'll be playing Kaya. Kaya is a high elf female, and right now I'm pretty sure I am standing about watching performances with my good mate Leon, who works for me. He's sort of my clerk who handles all my business. And we've been looking about at performances all day because we're here to sort of investigate something, I think. I don't remember. But I remember it was important, and that's why I brought Leon with me.
So Leon sort of perched beside you, and he's just like, so what's the plan?
Plan? I don't know. He's juggling, and it looks nice, and I've planned on tipping him a gold or two. Why? What's your plan?
I thought you had the plan. The thing we were supposed to pick up, or
Oh yeah, go. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Yes, the plan. I think it was we had to collect a bunch of streamers for that one gnome who lives down the way, because he wanted some sort of decoration. I forget what they call it. But yes. We should head there. I've gotten so distracted, haven't I?
It's fine. It's okay. You do this all the time. It's why I'm here. It's why you hired me. So let's just go. And he sort of looks very awkwardly at you. Have you already got the streamers? Is this something that you're carrying and you don't quite realize?
I set them down next to me and I just kind of, oh, right.
These?
Silly me. Yes. And I just sort of lean over and I boop him on the nose and say, it's all right. We'll get it together. I promise.
Right. Okay. And he scoops up one of the sacks and he's like, well, as soon as we get this done, it means we can go and have a beer, right?
Oh, of course. There'll be loads of beer. I mean, and if you're lucky, I'll even buy you one. Sorry,
okay.
Not sorry.
Okay. No problem. Let's go. And he heads off. So I'm assuming you follow him?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys head off to that part of the town. Now let's head over to Tall Squall. What is your character up to at the moment?
I'm Tall Squall, and I am playing Vesh. He is a Kalishtar, and he is very much just trying to make it through this town of Sharn without drawing too much attention to himself, which is difficult. Vesh is very tall and very, very gangly and very, very clumsy. He has sort of a very young-looking face, sort of a bowl cut that sort of hangs down into his eyes, sort of he's let it overgrow in order to a little bit hide himself kind of behind the only thing that's left, because being about 6'11", almost 7 feet tall, he is pretty much all knees and ankles and elbows that seem to betray him whenever he passes by anything that is fragile or breakable. And he is being guided here by the spirit that he is bonded to try to get him someplace safe and someplace that he can call home. So a lot of sort of bumbling and fumbling through as his elbows and knees and feet seem to betray him at every step, and it's just a lot. I'm sorry, sir. No, let me. Oh, sorry. And he's just like spinning around. They'll spin around his elbow. Will catch something else, and he bumps into someone, and things fall on the ground. Sorry. And then he'll like face will get very far away, like he's listening to something. Okay, calm down. Okay, walk straight. Open your eyes. 3 steps later, he's bumped into something else that is sort of, he is sort of a walking mini disaster in this crowded space with lots of distractions. And even though it's a carnival atmosphere for poor Vesh, this is basically a whole city full of landmines that are drawing more attention to himself than he would ever possibly want.
Yeah, you are bumping into a lot of people here, and you're getting the passing comments of just watch where you're going. Like, and then you get some aggravated people that stroll past. You've wandered into a stall, and whatever wonderful thing they were selling, like there's lots of different like sweets, all colourful.
I think a whole plate of sweets gets trashed on. You know, it's like something that have lovely frosting and all going through. He starts picking them up, and they're like in the dirt, and he tries to set them back up. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. And here, take this. I just
go. Just go. It's fine.
He's probably got some frosting like on his face now.
I was going to say, you're going to have something like you're probably covered in a lot of things that you have walked into or crashed into. And sorry, I'm just going to quickly mention, we've had a load of subs very quickly. So I just want to say a thank you to A. Kelly Lane for a 2nd month in a row sub. And same with, I love this name, Damn It Barry. It's also 2nd month in a row. And Tahina, and Likes a Villain for the 3rd month. Rex Brand, or Rebex, I should say, it's a brand new sub, and Potato Hollow, 5 months in a row. So that's fantastic. Thank you. And also, all these subs have, we have 2 Nat 20s and a Nat 1 for me. Yay for the Nat 1. I have a Nat 20 to Kia and a Nat 20 Tart. We also have hit 10 retweets. So we're going to have a random Wild Magic Surge. So yeah. Oh, and sorry, and Likes the Villain donates a Nat 1 to all the players. This is gonna go well. I'm already feeling sorry for Vesh with, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we are going to go random number wise. I'll do me as number 1 because, in fact, no, I can't. Because let's do Emmett as number 1, Kaya as number 2, Vesh as 3, Tart as 4. And I'm going to roll the 1d4. Let's see where this goes. Number 4. So, yeah, if we could please roll a Wild Magic Surge. Random Wild Magic. Let's have a look. And that is a 1d423 at the moment. That's 251. Fantastic. I will look that up. So we'll come back to that in a second. Right, so poor Vesh you've been walking through these streets. You've probably, like I said, there's lots of lights everywhere. I can see yourself maybe even tangling yourself up in one of those and tripping over. Oh, okay. Target, so Wild Magic Surge. The target is haunted by the ghost of someone he loves or resents. So we will work that out. but thank you. So it's got dark real quick. But anyway, yes. So talk about that. How does Tart enter the scene? What is Tart doing amongst all these festivities?
All right, so hi everybody, I'm Lauren. I'm that salty ginger, she, her pronouns, and I'm playing Tart today, who is a changeling. She is a performer, she's a dancer. So she's a very sought after, celebrated dancer. She is probably just finishing up a performance. Picture like one of the numbers from like Moulin Rouge, and you've got a very clear idea of Tart. She's a porcelain-skinned human with a beauty mark here, very groomed eyebrows, dark brown hair, chin-length curls, and she goes around wearing a kind of classic Columbina costume from like a Italian Commedia dell'arte, except it's very short, because that's how we roll here, over here. So she has probably just finished up one of her performances, and she's going to check a pocket watch that she wears, looks at it, notes the time, smiles to herself because she's got just enough time for what she wants to do, and she's going to sneak out the back way because, you know, don't want to get held up by all the fans. I mean, she kind of does, but not right now, maybe later. So she goes out the back door and kind of bursts out into the streets and makes her way kind of down to the lower districts because she actually lives in the skywalk. So she's going to make her way down so she can kind of disappear amongst the city.
Okay, so on your way down, back into the lower part of the city, there's lots of tight, winding, old, like passageways and small little roads that you wouldn't be able to fit a cart down. This is lots of tiny, narrow passageways just by foot only. This is also highly decorated, but the further down you go, the more intense the colours are, and you can hear the music and you can smell the food and all the little sort of pops and bangs and whizzes of colour in the air from all this magic dancing about in the sky. You can see some airships overhead at the beginning, and as you delve deeper, the sky not disappears, but you can't see so much of it. As you run down into the lower city, you can hear someone call after you, but I'm assuming you just ignore it. They don't know where you are. They don't know where you're going.
She just kind of like gives a general wave and just keeps moving and shoots up some of her own sparks too.
As you keep going and you enter this scene, it is a bustling scene. There are people everywhere, and you see a young boy who seems to be causing a bit of problems for himself. He's walking into a lot of things. You can see someone at a stall is probably just giving him a little bit of a hard time, and you see him as he turns around, and Vesh almost walks straight into this Warforged who is carrying a huge barrel and can't necessarily see exactly where he's going. And just very quickly, I'm going to say thank you very much to Archmage Derek for your second month subscription, and thank you for a nat 20. That won't be used against you at all.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Vesh is basically sort of kind of doing a spin around. He has bumped his head into some of the low-lying, I sort of think like sort of Chinese lantern types ideas. So, you know, and because there's a hole at the bottom, I can see literally his head is kind of like, he bumped into it and then it like sort of ended up on his head, covering his eyes. Hair is stepping out. And so as he's sort of disentangling himself and turns around and just, I think, you know, unless you guys dodge out of the way, like I said, he is, you know, over his arms and legs are very long. His torso, he's almost 7 feet tall. Sort of this wall of like clothesline arms, sort of stumbling backwards towards the two of you. And
Yeah, Tart's going to spin out of the way because she does not want to get her clothes all muddy. So she spins out of the way, but keeps watching like with a huge smile on her face.
Emet is just standing there with a gigantic barrel and just braces.
Yep, and so yeah, I'm assuming I thump right into.
It's not like a hard thump, but it's like as you spin, you probably hit more with your shoulder, and Emmett, you'll feel a bit of a. I'm guessing you just rock with this more than anything else.
I sort of try to grab barrel. Sorry.
And as you do that,
Caesar
this
with
is
some
like the-
Warforged.
first time that Emet has probably met a human, right? Who's
Kalishtar, but looks
Kalishtar.
human, but certainly taller than most other, unless other
Yeah,
big
most
places
other
you've been
beings.
bumped into. Yeah, looking over.
This is one
sort
of the
of-
few times that they actually have to like, huh?
Hi.
What are you guys doing? Little short Tart like hops back in. Hi.
I'm trying to make it down to the docks, and I need to. He looks, and his eyes sort of roll back into his head like he's listening, and I need to buy a few things.
Okay, well, I can take you to the docks. Is that where you need to go? Looking at the Warforged.
I am heading that way.
Oh, good. It's a party. I was looking for a fun time. This sounds like a fun time. I have not been down to the docks in ages. I never have time anymore. I would love to take you.
Thank you.
Emet starts moving at that. It just starts like pushing away through the crowd for you guys.
At this point, Kia, you will see Leon is rushing ahead of you, and almost like weaving in and out of your sight. There's lots of people around, and you can see this. You're sort of split off from Leon as this Warforged comes, literally, no joke intended, barreling through, and just walking in front of you in your path.
Leon, bollocks, now I'm probably not going to even remember which way he went. Excuse me, sir, can, Mr. Warforged person, could you kind of step one side to the other, please? It's a bit obstructive.
Emet looks down and just like takes like one giant step diagonally forward.
Oh, lovely, thank you. Do I see Leon at all?
You don't, but you can guess he's just ran off, and you know very much that he will probably turn around when he actually gets to the location and wonder where the hell you are. He's very much look and go.
Do I even remember where we're headed?
Probably not. You know there's like a warehouse or something somewhere where there was going to be a pickup. But you also know most of the tradings and the setup, because people are still setting up. This is like a week-long festival. Or at places down at the docks or on the shops on the way down.
I have an idea. Polite Warforged person. Oh goodness, where are my manners? Hello, I'm Kaya. What's your name?
Emet.
Emet. That's a lovely name. You don't happen to see a human boy about yay tall with brown hair, rather handsome cut chin. You don't see him all the way down there, do you?
Emet will look over and find like the first brown-haired person or thing, and just like awkwardly like roll the barrel onto one arm so they can point.
It is a small child that is stood by the stool, and it's got like the child's got like a toffee apple type thing covered in all these brightly coloured things, and sort of looks over at this Warforged that's pointing at it. He's in like,
If you're lost, you can come with us. We are going to the docks. Is that where you need to go?
I think it is, actually. Yeah.
Great.
I'm pretty sure I was headed to the docks, now that you say it.
This is going to be a fun time. I can already tell.
Oh, I bet. I even have streamers here. I don't remember why.
I love streamers. Are they for me? Maybe?
I don't. Are you Mr. Wizard? No.
I probably could be if I tried hard enough.
Okay, that sounds neat. How does that work?
If you would show me a picture of him, I bet I could be him.
Oh, well, could you turn into that fellow over there? And I point, and there's like some sort of like very just ridiculous looking gnome.
I probably can't be that small, but and she kind of starts shaking her hair and her head, and it starts to recede, and then she is that man you pointed at, but in her little Columbine costume.
That's an amazing trick. Oh, I wish I could do that.
And I shake again. He was, that felt weird. Felt like my nose was stuffed. Sir, I think you might have a deviated septum. You should get that looked at.
I look just amazed and confused and concerned, and I say, that is fantastic. That would be very useful in jobs.
Mm-hmm. It is very useful. It's not confusing. It's useful. Come on, let's go to the docks. I think this sounds fun. It's very far away from the skywalk, which sounds good to me right now.
Lovely. You can tell me all about this amazing talent of yours.
Sure. I think we all probably have talents. You see how strong our friend Emet is carrying this barrel, and I don't know if I asked your name, Mr. Elbows.
Oh, hi, I'm Vesh.
Vesh.
Nice.
Vesh, I bet is good at a lot of things. And he is very tall, at the very least.
I'm good at being tall. That's about it.
Oh, I don't think that's true. I bet there is a lot that you don't even know yet that you're good at.
He is like laughing nervously, like, oh no, she knows. Come on, let's go. And she's gonna follow right behind Emet.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get your name, I think, Miss...
I'm Tart. And she like points at some posters around, and you see her likeness on them.
Oh, Tart,
That's
like a dessert, and your face is everywhere. That will be very easy to remember.
I hope so. Yeah.
Oh, where are my manners? I'm Kaya. Kaya
Hi.
Andare. Hello.
Nice to meet you. I heard you when you introduced yourself, but I was hidden behind Emet. I'm very tiny, and he is very large.
Well, Emet could probably hide a small house.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, just a quick thank you to A. Kelly, who gives her nat 20 to Emmett. Likes the villain, donates a nat 20 to Vesh.
Oh, thank you.
Hopefully to counter, the other ones. And I can never say this word. Imperator, I can never say it. Penguin, or Tommy, subbed for a second month in a row. So thank you very much. Right, so you guys, I'm guessing, are heading down to the dock area. You guys head down there. You can feel yourself. You're going deeper into the city, and there are still festivities going on, and you slowly start to see the sea and the mouth of the Dagger River. All the way down, it becomes a little bit more industrial, and Emmett will see there are a lot more warforged around. They're doing all the manual labor similar to him. He is that they're all picking up boxes, they're moving them, they're literally just moving cargo, or some of them are walking behind merchants, just doing as they're told, carrying their things for them as they do their checklists. There are still lots of stalls around with all the food being cooked up, and as you get closer to the shore, there's a lot more fish being cooked up, and there's a whole line of boats at this quay, all bobbing up and down in the water. And thank you, Tommy, the nat one goes to me.
Vesh looks terrified as he sees more and more Warforged, and mainly because he knows that things that look complicated and shiny are usually breakable and expensive, and make loud noises if they fall over. And so, not understanding or having experienced Warforged before in any sort of real way, he sees now shiny, breakable things to his mind that now also move and are harder to stay out of the way of. And so he kind of is slowly just trying to get smaller and smaller within himself as he's going in. It's just like, oh no, oh no, oh, and there's more.
Vesh, is there something wrong?
I don't want to break. I don't want to.
Are you in danger of breaking?
I break lots of things.
Oh.
I
see.
When I bump into them, things break and they make loud noises. And these are lots of shiny metal things that probably break and make loud noises when they fall over.
You might turn around and just be like, "You bumped into me, and I did not break. I think everything is fine."
I'm going to stay next to you.
This is a good call.
Okay.
I take Vesh's elbow and I say, look, we all have things that we kind of struggle with, yeah? Well, just when you start to feel stressed out, just do what I do, and I breathe in through one nostril and out the other side. It's very calming.
Okay.
And then you just sort of alternate back and forth, and you'll feel right as rain.
Yeah, Vesh gives it a try and about takes an eye out, but it's like first try, it's like okay, and then it's like up his nose, and oh well, okay.
Just or you don't have to use your finger and just go in through your nose, out through your mouth. Either one works.
That's probably better.
Just at your own pace, all right, love?
Tart is following Emet and just hopping up on crates that she sees to get the better view. No, I will be okay. I haven't seen the sea in a while either. It's very nice down here.
It is sparkling, the water's sparkling. It's a sunny day. Everything seems right with the world.
Nice. Yep, she'll hop down and as she moves pretty fast, so she's gonna get a little ahead and look for a vendor selling iced sweets or something, like a popsicle.
There are a fair few that's almost it's like a water or a lemonade and there's frozen fruit into it, so it's all pretty colors. They're all sort of dipped in ice, and the lady selling them sees that you're probably eyeing them up a little bit, and she's just like, would you like one?
Yes, I would like 4, because I have 3 friends plus me.
Oh, okay. What flavor would you like?
Strawberries.
All strawberries?
Yes, everyone likes strawberries. I am like a strawberry. I'm a little tart.
Oh, and she just sort of, that's cute. And she starts rifling through, and she pulls out these 4 ice lollies and hands them over to you.
Okay, how much is this?
Just a couple of copper, special offer today in name of the celebrations.
I give her 5 gold pieces. Thank you so much!
This woman almost chokes on her words. She's like,
I turn away and scamper back to the others with my treats.
You guys see her coming, effectively skipping all the way up to you guys.
I got lollies.
Oh, that looks lovely. Oh, I wish I had one.
Oh, no, this one is for you.
Oh, lovely. Oh, and it's strawberry. That's one of my favorites.
Strawberry is the best. Mr. Vesh, here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Emet. Oh. Do you want one? Do you want to try it?
What does it do?
It refreshes your mouth and your soul.
Emet's eyes kind of, they were shining, and they kind of dull as they start to think about that, and they're like, wait. And they almost just shut down for a moment as they start to consider what that might imply.
I nervously lick mine.
I think you broke him.
No.
I told you they'd break.
Well, it's not your fault, Bash. It's not your fault.
Yeah,
The eyes will go back, like they go bright again, and they set down the barrel, and they'll take the popsicle and just hold it in front of their face and just
Mom.
wait for something to happen.
That's you could put it in your mouth.
Does Emet have a mouth?
They do, but
Okay.
they don't necessarily have internal organs that digest. So.
Yes.
Yep.
You'll literally just be smearing it. It's
Yeah.
not really like.
Yes.
It becomes like a Muppet scene where it's just put in the mouth and crunched and falls out.
You're doing a really good job.
Like a seagull comes and lands on Emmett, seeing it and sort of is eyeing up. You know, they do the little bob with their head and it's looking at this strawberry.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's rude.
We'll hold it up and be like, it's good for your soul. And holds it out to the bird.
The bird snatches it and just off, it's gone.
And as they're eating, their eyes kind of change from their normal, like, pale white blue to almost more of like a green.
So your eyes change? Has everybody else changed around here?
Vesh, do you change?
Well, I mean, I just been growing. That's all.
You're growing really well, I can tell. You must eat your vegetables. I never eat the vegetables, and that is why I'm so tiny. Although I could be taller, but I'm actually tiny. But I hate vegetables. But you must like them. They are good for you, I hear.
So you can change your face, you get taller, and your eyes glow. Oh, well, just me, I guess. But that's okay. I get more forgetful, that's what I do.
Matt looks at you and goes, your face changes too. It moves.
My face moves? Oh, you mean like normal? Yeah, no, that's called emotion.
This is fun. I
At
like
that, their eyes dim again a bit. And then
Oh,
come-
God.
I'm assuming that probably after about 3 licks, just because, poor Vesh's popsicle like breaks in half and half of it falls.
I feel like it's dripping down his hand
Yeah.
and it just slowly starts to sort of fall off.
Oh. Thank you, though.
That's all right. Here, I don't know
Well,
if
I don't
you're
need another one. I'm good. Thank you.
okay, because I could go
It's
get
very
you one.
good.
Oh,
It's very
good.
Thank you.
I'm
It's kind
glad.
of hard. It's complicated.
Okay. Well, what did you need to come down here to do? Emit's delivering this barrel. Vesh, what do you need to do down here?
Well, I need to buy a few things because I'm going away.
Where are you going to? Are you going on an adventure?
No, I'm just trying to find home.
Oh, that's sad.
It might be good. It might be, hey, oh, I need to find my home. I'm super excited. Do you know where your home is?
It's across the sea.
Oh, so's mine. Where are you from? What sort of home are you from?
Well, I was born in Cyre,
Cool.
and well, the morning. So I didn't know my parents, and I was raised by a really nice man, but he had a shop, and I got too big, and so I had nowhere to go. He had to leave me.
Oh,
No, it's fine. I understand. I break lots of things, and so
oh,
my friend said I could go be to his home, and maybe that would be a place for me.
Do you not like Sean? Sean is very nice.
Sean is very breakable.
That is true. You're not wrong. Well, we can help you with the shopping. I don't know that I can really help you across the sea, although I would really like to. But we can definitely help you with the shopping.
Okay.
What do you
And-
need?
Well, he says I need to get some armor and some other things because where we're going isn't necessarily the nicest place. So Yeah.
Your new home isn't necessarily the nicest place.
Well,
Are you sure he also just doesn't want to get you armor so that way you're safe?
well,
If
that's
he
what I
thinks
think.
you're
That's the plan. That's the plan. That's the plan.
Okay.
Okay.
Because
Good.
he doesn't quite know how. He doesn't quite know how they're going to react.
React to
I'm
what?
going to Zendrick, land of the giants.
Oh,
Why?
wow.
He kind of gets really quiet at that. Because that's the only place I'm going to fit in.
Oh, no. Bless. Oh, come on.
No.
I'm sure you'll fit in plenty other places. You know what?
Right here.
Yeah. See, look, we're already, getting on just nicely. So that doesn't mean, you know what? Tell you what. We'll find your home right here so you don't have to find any giants and you don't have to feel all abandoned and stuff. We're going to find you things that are Vesh-sized. I remembered your name. Vesh, right? It is Vesh, right?
You nailed it.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Y'all are great, and lots of people have been so nice to me, but you'll see.
And Matt looks at you, and their eyes are purple while you're saying all this, and they're like, I understand. But that's all they say.
Just quickly, Deirdre has just given advantage to Vesh, so we will use that on your
Thank
next
you.
roll. So, whilst you're down at the docks, there are merchants. You can see boats that look like... there's a few that look like they're going on a voyage. A lot of them just seem to be little, tubs, maybe doing day trips around up and down the Dagger River as well. As I said, there are also lots of merchants piling things up. And Emmett, you will probably see one of the people who is stacking the same barrels branded with just a simple basic emblem of the city, which will also be on your barrel.
Emmett will pick up their barrel and start taking it over there.
As you do, a merchant with a checkboard comes over. He's like, there it is. Sit down over there. You can see another warforged just moving these barrels onto the boat. Just set it down, he'll deal with it.
Emmett, are you very strong?
Strength is relative? Yes.
Great. Oh, okay. Can you lift the barrel if I sit on it?
Yes.
Great. I sit on it.
I'm going to get you to roll a strength for this one. Emmett, first roll, I'm going to get you to roll a strength. So I want to see what happens.
I fly off into the air, which I greatly approve of, by the way.
Okay. You sort of misjudge probably the actual weight of the barrel. You've been carrying this barrel for so long, you've let your not that they have muscles, but you were in such a fixed state so that when the extra weight was added, you sort of tip the barrel. You don't lose it, but Tart rolls off it effectively.
She's gonna tumble out of it.
And the guy's like, look, this is my produce. You just put it down there, all right? Stop messing about.
And Matt sets it back down and looks at Tart and she's like, nope.
Okay, now just clear off for you. I've got a lot of stuff to do.
Sorry, there's a lot of beading. It actually weighs the costume down more than I remembered.
So, there, as I said, there are a lot of merchants and stuff around. There are boats. You can see someone pulling out one of, there's a table and he's just pulling out a map and he's got some navigation equipment that he's going over, and it's that sort of feel about everything.
Okay, we have to get to Vesh armor now. It's very important, even though we don't really want him to go because we just met him and we like him and we don't want him to go, but we'll get him armor to keep him safe. Yes. This is
Okay.
Yes. Yes, Emmet, yes. Okay. I'm going to look around for somebody selling armor.
That sounds like a lovely plan. And then we can deliver my streamers in. Oh, it's back the other way. It's down. Oh, a warehouse. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I pulled
Okay.
that up. No,
Nope,
it's
it's
fine.
fine.
No, it's fine. No, armor sounds good. Don't worry. Fortunately, I'll probably forget in about 3, 2. Well, no, I still remember. Damn.
Tart checks their pocket watch, does some quick calculations. It's fine. Yes, okay. Armor, then streamer delivery. Yes, let's do
Yes,
it.
perfect.
There's, you could look around. There are some most of the armories seem to be closed, but there are smaller markets where they've come out because it's a day of celebration. Most people are closing up for closing up work, and they're out in the streets celebrating. You can see someone who's doing some leather work, not necessarily armor, but you don't know whether they might have some out back or anything like that.
How much armor can you take, Vesh? Are you strong? Are you as strong as Emmet?
Oh. Yeah. Well, I think I don't know. I haven't worn a lot of armor before, but he kind of looks off, and his eyes sort of look like he's listening to someone. But I think I know how to use most any type of armor.
Okie dokie. Well, we can try to find some that's on sale right now, although most of the serious armorers are probably not out. So
Do you think we can find something that doesn't make lots of noise if I drop it?
Yes.
That
Yeah.
sounds lovely.
Yes.
Would Kaya know from any of her contacts of people she's worked with that possibly might sell something like that?
Kai will know a lot of people, whether she remembers exactly where they are, I don't know. You will know that most of the businesses are out in the marketplace today, and there's a couple. You know someone called Aiden who works on a lot of leather work, and his his son Banner does a lot of chainmail work, more for decorative than anything, but it is like more the simple chainmail vests, and all the more decorative ones will come out particularly today.
Oh, we could go to Aiden and Brandon, Banner. It's fine. Aiden's the important bit. Well, I know that they're probably going to be out in the marketplace, and they make very good things. Very, very. Actually, I'm wearing a bit of it right now.
While you're saying this, I think Vesh is, he doesn't know armor from anything really for the most part. But we have all these barrels around, and merchants have opened up their barrels, and his eye has been caught by the wooden barrel top of. Do you think they could make me a shield? This is almost a shield, right?
It's
sort of, yeah.
almost a shield.
He kind of drops and goes, and it makes a wooden noise. Yeah.
We're
No one would make something like that.
Yes, but better than like wood.
Okay.
Emmet would look at it and be like, yes, one to use shield. You might want one that's bigger.
Right, cover more of you because you're very tall and others are small.
That would be great.
Okay.
If we get real thrifty, what we could do is we could put one of them barrels on you, and you will get some armholes going, and your legs come out the bottom, and that would be kind of a fix for now, wouldn't it?
I mean, would it though?
I mean, no, you're right. That's probably silly. He looks silly.
I mean, I'm okay with the looking silly part. Silly is okay. I just don't know if it would actually protect him or not.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we could try it out. We could just have him walk about in it.
Okay. Let's
Is that-
get one.
Is there any free barrels about?
There are barrels that have been emptied or look like they're being prepped to be loaded. They are in a collection, so you might have to try swipe one if anyone is. Can you roll maybe two of you even? Sleight of hand.
So, does it look like anybody is sort of watching over them, kind of like organizing them, sort of like a quartermaster or sort of a harbor master or something?
There is someone walking past. Again, it's the same guy with the checklist going off. It's
Okay.
more that there are warforged there,
Mhm.
moving them.
Okay.
Rather than, but you get the feel that maybe if you're subtle enough, like don't knock it, they probably won't be that bothered.
So I'm gonna go right up to the guy with the checklist, and I sort of, as I do, I go, watch this, and I walk over, and my expression changes a little bit, and I flip some of my pretty black hair behind me as I narrow my purple eyes, and I go, and I just sort of tap on the checklist. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hi. Sorry, I'm doing a job for a wonderful person over there, and I point towards Vesh, and I say, he's a bit shy, but he has this really great fascination with barrels. He likes to collect them, and he was wondering if it wouldn't be too bad, and just sort of slowly just sort of caressing my hand over the checklist, if I might be able to take one. I'll make it up to you.
Roll persuasion for me. Also, Vesh rolled. Am I?
Yes, I actually rolled a -1 on stealth.
That is the advantage. So, I think. Okay, it's still a 4.
Regardless, it's a 4. It's either a -1 or a 4.
So what I'm going to say is probably in the background, or like if you want to flavor this at all, you're trying to look in the barrel. Maybe you're sort of not falling into it, but like knocking it about, and you've probably got Tart next to you.
Well, the problem is that, Vesh is very tall. So he, of course, he's looking into a barrel that's on top of 4 other barrels that, as you do near the port, they usually just put a wedge or chalk under them, and they've been rolling them into place. And as normal, he's betrayed by his own feet and knocks not one, but both of the chalks out from the barrels as he's looking into this. And basically, we now have probably free-range barrels. Usually around ports, there's fish in them. So as they go crashing, there's probably now fish flipping around. And he steps on a fish, and then he's fallen over. And we basically have a tangle of barrels, fish, and Vesh. Pretty much ass over tea kettle. And we might have proven our point because he probably ends up inside a barrel before all is said and done.
To avoid the fish, Tart, like as the barrels fall, Tart jumps up on one and kind of does the thing where you can like keep up on it as it rolls as she like looks down.
Okay, you need to roll.
So as that happens, by the way, as that's about to happen, Kaya says, well, it looks like he likes that one. So
this guy has got the checklist and he's looking at the scene, like all sort of peering around you, like.
And
I will say he does look endearing, like when he pops his head out the top of the barrel and there's a fish on top of it, and he sort of has his bowl cut. It's sort of coming out of his eyes. So there is sort of that, there's a little bit of that puppy who made a giant mess moment of. He kind of smiles.
What's Emmett doing during this? Sorry.
So, once the barrels are tipped over and emptied, Emmett would probably pick an empty one up and be like, "There we go."
Okay. So this guy looks to Kaya and is like, "Yeah, just take it. But can you get him away from my other barrels, like?"
Oh yeah, no, sure. He only needs the one. You're very sweet. What's your name? Sorry.
Well, Laws.
Laws. Okay. Well, then hopefully I'll see you about later.
You, I guess. Like he's very confused by the mixture of you trying to be fairly flirty and the chaos that's happening behind you. I'm just going to say Tart is running on the barrel. She is a performer. That is what she's going for. And he's like, yeah, just get him away from the rest of my barrels, all right?
You got it.
Yeah.
You're a sweetheart. Thank you.
Yeah.
Happy festival.
Yeah, happy throne old. And he sort of goes off and he calls the warforged that was behind him and keeps going. And the barrel is yours.
We did it.
See, look, and now you can try that out, and if it doesn't work, then we'll just demolish another shipyard until we find armor.
And Matt will hand you the barrel.
Yeah, I'm assuming while it sort of does kind of fit type idea, if anything, it has made Vesh, if most people would not think it was humanly possible, but it has made Vesh more clumsy. It kind of hangs down right at his knees, so now he can't like actually stride or recover from when he is, he kind of knows how to bumble his way through and at least stay upright. He's probably landed, he keeps kind of falling over or bumping into things. I'm not sure if this, I think you were right that Mrs. Tart, Miss Tart, Tart, I think you're right. I think we need a professional.
Yes, I think that would be helpful. Well, we could keep browsing now that you're in the barrel, and then we will deliver the streamers to the warehouse, and then maybe if you guys aren't busy, and she pulls out her pocket watch again, maybe you could come to a party later, if you guys like parties.
Oh, yes, I quite like parties. I like to meet a lot of new people, and if I'm lucky, maybe a few of the faces will stick.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Emet, does that sound fun to you?
Yes.
Great. Okay, cool. So armor, real armor, not barrel armor, and streamers. And then maybe we shop for clothes for all of you. Yes.
Wait, why do I have to shop for clothes? Mine are fine. And like they're all like disheveled, and they're like sort of partially bound in like black leather armor. It looks definitely like she's more like sort of working some kind of job than being fancy, but she says, "This is lovely. I paid really good money for this. This was 32 gold pieces and some copper." How did I remember that?
And Matt looks down, and they aren't wearing any clothes except for like a cloak. And it's like,
I will just get Emet a fancier cloak, and Vesh won't be in a barrel, and we'll get you something nice.
Yeah, Vesh is basically in homespun, just sort of canvas things that obviously someone has just kept adding fabric to try to make it, and it's still like it only comes out to like his mid forearms and sort of lower shins. His shoes were once probably closed-toe shoes, but his feet have sort of grown out the front of them, and of course now he's covered in fish juice and whatever was like pickle juice and fish smell.
Yeah, you don't smell
And there's
great
still
right
a little
now.
frosting on his forehead.
I hold my finger out, don't be alarmed, and I prestidigitate like perfume on him.
It's like a little pink puff that
Yeah.
sort of erupts from your finger, just like someone's hit you with one of those powder puffs, but it's come straight from Tart's finger. And you can now, I don't know, what does Tart's perfume sort of smell like for this?
It smells like roses. Roses with a hint of citrus. All the good things. That's better. Trust me.
Oh, that smells lovely.
Do you want some?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you're literally doing like this, and little pink puffs are coming from your fingers.
Emet, do you want some too?
I can't smell.
But you can smell nice.
That's important.
Well, yeah, because if you want to, so say for instance, you decided to go, and I point off into the distance, if you wanted to go flirt with that sort of harbor master fellow and get more barrels for your friend, smelling nice always helps.
Their eyes will kind of dim when you talk about flirting, and then come back and be like, I don't understand that word.
Oh, so basically it's when you bat your eyelashes like this, real big, and then you sort of flip your hat a little bit, and you talk in a very sweet voice, not this sweet, but a sort of this sweet, and you make it a little bit softer, almost like you're telling a secret. And then they gave you whatever you want.
It's
And
the
then
best.
eyes like dim and come back, like they're trying to imitate blinking, and as they're like, and the voice goes softer like this.
Not bad, not bad. And we gotta get you hair, but we'll get there.
Right. You're doing a really good job, Enid.
We should get a wig for Emet, yes.
Yes, okay, we'll add it to the list. So when we get the fancy clothes, we'll also get the wig for Enid.
Yay!
Great. I love this. Okay, armor first, then streamers, then clothes/wig. Let's go.
Okay, so are you guys leaving the dock area, or are you?
I think I would wherever Kaya thinks Aiden is, and I'll try to place if I've ever like. I get around a lot, so I'm trying to place it.
With savant-like grace, I head us right to the marketplace.
Nice.
Like, almost like I just sort of am programmed to go there.
Yeah, okay, so you arrive at the marketplace. This bit opens up into a square. There is a huge fountain in the center, and there are lots of kids and some adults just playing in the water. It's a hot day, and all the market stalls are around, and there's some carved stone archways into some of the cliff sides where you can see these markets that have opened up with beautiful cloths and different silks and things like that. But there's also a leather worker, there is another food stall, and things like that. So what have I
I just to see.
Okay. You walk through, so someone has set up almost like a washing line of silks to show off the beautiful silks that they are selling. As you either glance back at something else that you've seen, or you hear the music playing, you almost clothesline yourself, like you sort of go into this, and as you sort of turn to get away from it, you start to wrap yourself up in it, and there's a lady like, like my silks, like panicking that you're wrapping yourself, your very fishy self,
My very fishy.
in all these like silks and things, and she's just like, and she doesn't do much, but she has to sit down like, breathe, Rosie, it's fine, it's fine.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And so he's like now trying to like dig them out, but as he does, he like pushes them further into the barrel, so it's like he's wiping out the inside of the barrel.
Oh God! Like she's.
They would have been much better before.
Oh, it's
Where are you going? Let me undo. Let me here.
Yes.
And then he's like dragging them.
She looks horrified. Like she's like, this is months of work. Like, I can't.
Vesh, give those to me. Give those to me, Vesh.
It's
Okay, no one is mad. Everyone is fine. I will. No. I'll take care of it. And Tart like goes up. Hello. Approximately how much was this worth?
Like 3 weeks worth of my life making these.
Just give me like a round sum.
Like as she sort of like, you can see she's flustered. She sat herself down on the chair, and there's a small child with her that's walked up and said, "It's all right, Mum. It's probably gonna be," and she sort of starts like looking at the tattered things you've brought back.
About 8 gold, if that's all right.
Oh.
Stop it. Calm down. It's fine.
No, it's fine. Here's 10.
Ah.
You have a blessed day.
She's like, thank you.
Mum,
You're
calm
welcome.
down.
Like, and this kid is like trying to look after his mum, who is very distressed right now.
I take out this ridiculous feathered pink sparkly fan and I like start waving it in her face. It's going to be okay.
Yes, thank you so much. Oh,
There you go.
compose yourself, Rosie. This is a business. Things like this happen. As she just sort of stands up and starts to bustle about the rest of the store, sort of trying to.
I'm going to go over to Vesh, and I'm going to take him by the hand very gently. I'll be like, tell you what, we're going to take it nice and slow and steady, and then we'll just sort of navigate our way about through, and you don't have to worry, all right?
Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
There is nothing to apologize for. You did nothing wrong.
I'm ruined. He just kind of gets into himself a little bit of, I'll be better. I'll be more careful.
Okay.
Will walk behind you and kind of put their arms like to either side, almost like bumpers, to kind of help try and keep you up.
So, continue just sort of escorting. I go back into autopilot and I take us further towards Aiden and
Yeah,
Anna.
you can see Aiden. He's sort of shouting at the front like, "Leatherworks and chainmail, finest on the Thronehold Day. Come and get a bargain." And you can see Banner, his son, working at the back, like sewing some leather. This is armor, saddles, a lot of highly decorated leather, like bags and satchels as well, as this is much more a day of celebration. But you can see both of them there.
So I stride up and, like I've known Aiden for years, I say, "Aiden, how are you doing?"
You can see he's like trying to think as to who you are. And he's like, I'm fine. Happy Thronehold Day, ma'am.
It's Kaya, you don't remember?
Yes, Kaya, yes.
The
Yes.
thing
It's
with your
lovely to
wife
see
that
you.
you needed to be hushed hush.
Yes,
Uh.
yes. And then suddenly you see it go, oh, like the clicks there. What can I do for you? Is this like a callback? Is this
Well,
something?
no. Everybody loses their wife's birthday present now and then.
Okay. Son,
just-
like gestures to his son back there. Just
Oh, it's fine. He knew. He could tell. It was obvious. Look. So, do you remember how I said I'd rather be paid in a favor?
yes.
Well, this is Vesh, and I point to him in all of his barreled goodness.
Like
And
he
I
just again peers around you, and if Tart's actually doing that, he's just like,
Hi.
hi.
So, you see, some terrible person down at the harbor gave him a barrel for armor, and I was wondering if you wouldn't mind giving him something a little bit more high end. Nothing too expensive. I don't want to run you out of a business because you're a business, but if you could give him something to get started with, that would be very much appreciated.
A barrel for armor.
I don't know who came up with that idea. It was rubbish.
Emet will lean down to Tart and be like, "Am I a terrible person?" Because they know that they're the ones who handed them the barrel.
No.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
Like, just.
All right, so Vesh, I'm going to need you to take off the barrel so he can get you fitted.
Yeah, can we get rid of the barrel?
Yeah, just set it down really gently. And I just shout into the crowd, "White Lord coming through! Watch out, there's going to be a barrel. Anything could happen, but he's a good boy and he means well."
He takes it off. I was gonna say, do we even let me to press the button, or we'll just say I can actually
Do
Uh,
get
it.
away with this one
I'll
and
help
I
you.
with
tell-
all the
tell you
help,
what,
with all the help
I'll
around.
say do it. Roll, but
Out of
then
character, do it.
So is it just Tart helping?
Emet helps.
Okay, so you two roll as well, just to try and balance this out.
We're making just a straight dex.
Yeah,
Two.
just straight. Okay, so you're more. Okay, you're fine. So Vesh is struggling. He's tried to get it out, and there's a stray scarf from the thing, and he's sort of got his arm caught up, and he's sort of accidentally tied himself round the back there. But Tart and Emmett, you managed to get him out. You're sort of doing the wiggling with it, Tart, and Emmett's just holding it in place and lifting and moving.
Yeah, a little more. Lovely, perfect, right there. Good.
Yeah. And Vesh, you are finally released from this barrel.
Thank you. Sorry.
You're
Oh, no.
fine.
Nothing to apologize. Do you want to know what my sort of catchphrase is? Because a long time ago, somebody told me that when there's nothing to be sorry for, don't be sorry. So I would say, sorry, not sorry.
That's confused. I agree with Besh.
But
Well, yeah, it's confusing.
okay.
Kind of.
Sorry, not sorry.
There you go. Brilliant.
Like, after seeing this, because there's like a forge in here as well, Ada's like, we're just gonna, if you could go over here, like away from the forge, we'll go measure him over here. And at this point,
So what
Aiden
I did,
does-
yep.
Yeah, go on.
So just, what I did is, because I figured it'd be fun since we're going to the big city. So I, instead of like, I figured this could be like getting my starting equipment type idea of thing idea. So I guess I'm going to leave it to you for my starting equipment. He is proficient because of his being giant soul and Tempest cleric, proficient in all armors and shields and all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to I hand it over to the DM for a level 3 mess.
Okay, so the guy sort of starts measuring you up for leather armor, and he's like, "You're by that he's sort of looking up at you as well. Like, you're quite a big lad. What do you want something a bit heartier than leather, or do you want like a chain? I mean, my boy makes great chainmail."
He sort of was listening and says, yes, but I've only got, and he just sort of opens up his hands with when he was left sort of out on the street, he would, at least his caretaker did give him some gold, and he just really doesn't even know how much it's worth. It's just like, this is what I've got.
I cover it.
It's all right. This one, and he sort of points at Case. I apparently owe her a favor, so.
And a favor well earned. Thank you for dealing with Kaya's catch-alls and problems.
Yeah. And he sort of goes back to measuring you up, and he's just like, what does a boy like you need all this sort of armor for anyway?
Well, I'm going on a trip. That's all.
It's a bit of a dangerous trip if you want this. And he's sort of trying to, so he gets a box to stand on. He's not a tall guy. To try and measure up around your shoulders.
I'm going to Zendrick.
Why?
That's where I'm gonna be at home. That's where I'm going.
Well, I suppose it's the safest point for you to go right now.
Well, I'm from Cyre, so.
Oh, you're one of them. Oh, okay.
Right.
Why?
I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to tell. I'm sorry.
No, it's no problem by me. I'm just confused as to why you want to go to Zendrick. I mean, I get that it's probably the safest time for you to go, but there's nothing there.
What do you mean there's nothing there?
And she sort of looks around. He looks around to those, like, the giants, the big ones. They're gone.
They're gone?
They disappeared like months ago. People have gone over there. There's sign of people. It's real creepy. Like, I've heard a lot from the merchants. Basically, you can tell that they've upped and left, but no one knows where they went.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not telling you not to go. Like I said, it's like the best time probably to go, because nothing will crush you or try and fight you. I mean, I've heard they eat people, but that's just from.
I thought there were gonna be. I thought there were gonna be people there. I thought there were. We thought.
You're right.
We thought I'd have a family there.
Oh.
Vash, it's okay. She like starts patting his back as far up as she can reach.
I ain't saying they're not coming back. I'm just saying what I heard.
Hey, Vash. And I reach into a pouch and I pull out a small, very stiff piece of parchment that I hope Aiden would recognize. Kaya's catch-alls and problems. If you'd like, I'd be more than happy to help you find your missing family and giants over in Zendrick. And then you can be some bloke who owes me a favor.
Don't owe him a favor. Like, I'm like whispering to the kid, like, don't owe him a favor.
Vash is just sort of. You guys are all so nice.
Well, I'm being paid, but you know,
not
it's off
sir,
to see
sir.
if you've got a chainmail thing already.
Go,
and stuff.
Mr. Aiden. Well, Kaya and us can help you. And my family, we know lots of things that most people maybe don't know. So we could also see, I mean, maybe that's a mistake, you know? So we could do some research and then we could escort you if I can get permission and we can all go together maybe.
Like you can see the sort of blacksmith guy sort of looks over. What kind of family? We're not in like any trouble, are we? Because all my stuff is legal.
No. No, not that sort of family. He's just really lonely.
No, not his. Hers.
Oh.
That one over there.
I don't know if you would have heard of them.
Okay. And he sort of goes back to what he's doing.
Good. That's right, Mr. Aiden. Just keep working on it. She is looking around to see if there's anything that should not be here, though.
Like, Banner's looked up and seeing your eyeliner's quickly gone up. Like, put his head straight back down again.
Emet's eyes have gone purple again while you were talking, and they will look at Vesh and just be like, I don't have family. I think I am okay. You will be okay.
Oh, Emmett, he's allowed to try.
Kaya, do you have a family?
Yeah, back over in Stormhome, I do, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Whew. Oh,
Yep.
Felt like the odd one out.
Oh, no, it's, no, they're lovely. I mean, I haven't seen them in ages, but they're doing fine.
Okay.
It's taken Vetch a little bit of time to sort of process what Emmett said. He goes, well, but don't you want family? Oh, you're muted.
I don't know. Yes?
Well,
Family is complicated, Vesh.
yeah, but family, I don't know. I just thought it'd be nice.
It can be. Sometimes friends are nice, and you have 3 new friends. Mr. Aiden doesn't count.
You know, yeah, and my old friend Ren always used to say, your home is where your heart is, so your real home's in your chest.
Literally.
Emet will
Unless you are a lich.
Yeah, then it's probably in some sort of box hidden away somewhere, real tight.
Yeah.
And at this point, Aiden shuffles over and gets on the box and dumps this chainmail over Vesh's head. He's like, and that's where you protect your chest. And he sort of thumps the chest and sort of tries to straighten it up on him and then starts doing like a couple of little amendments here and there because you're very lanky.
Yeah, no,
compared
absolutely.
to the actual size. So this thing sort of rolls down you but doesn't necessarily fit you. So he starts working on that whilst you do that. And you guys are there for a little bit as this happens, but by the end of it, you do have... Vesh does have chainmail.
Okay.
By the end of this. So, because this is a fairly open market at the moment, you guys will start to hear a lot of shouting. This sounds quite angry shouting. This isn't like the cheers and happy praises being shouted because of the festivities. This sounds almost like a chant and quite angry. You hear lots of footsteps going down the cobbled streets, and as you sort of complete the favor for Aiden's just like, oh, not again, and he starts to just pull stuff in, and he's got a warforged out the back who's just pumping the air into the furnace and basically heating up this huge crystal that seems to be keeping the forge warm. And he's just like, get him out the back and moves him away. He's like, I'm gonna close down for the next hour or so. I'll see you in a bit.
What's
Okay.
going on?
Sure.
Cheers. It.
Bye. Well, I want to know what that is. I never
Hey.
get that.
Tell your wife I said hello. Bye.
It's like a bang on the thing and he leaves.
Tart runs around the side back toward the sound of the chanting.
You can see civilians. There's dwarves, elves, tieflings. There's the whole array of people. There's quite a large crowd. And they've got huge big signs like nailed to boards, like with the picture or a word saying Warforged with a big cross out on them. And they are chanting this and they are moving through the streets and they seem to have something. And they are shouting and they are yelling and they are heading off down one of the small passageways. It's not really it's you can't hear quite everything they're saying, but it's very much aggressive and it's targeting someone at the center of this group as they get marched off.
I'm gonna speed after them. Something about it doesn't feel right.
I will kind of pull Emet's cloak around them and just like reach in my bag and pull out some makeup and like try to make it peach colored or actually just whatever color would be closest, like just more lively.
You can decorate Emmett. How does Emmett feel about this? Because this is just happening.
Yeah.
I don't think this is something he's necessarily got a choice in.
So, let's see, you said you rounded a corner and all this is happening around the corner, correct?
Yeah, so you've probably Tart's seen it first and Kaya has run round to see what's happening.
So yeah, but first it was just noises, right?
It was just noises. You heard, it was like a monotone sort of chant, and now as you've got a bit closer, you can hear, like, get them out, not real, not, that sort of thing.
So when Emmett sees it, their eyes shut down again. Until, yeah. So when when Tart kind of comes up and starts like messing with their face, Emmett actually doesn't really know what they're trying to do. But Emmett will lean down so that Tart can actually reach. And Emmett will actually put up their hood also. So I assume this is not the first time that Emmett has seen.
Yeah, you will have seen this a couple of times. Tart may have heard of this sort of thing, but it's not overly common, but it is well known in this city that some people love the Warforged and other people do not.
And while this is happening, once their eyes start to glow again, their eyes will be purple.
Lovely.
This may not be something Vesh knows, though.
Yeah, I don't think Vesh. He's pretty much been in small villages in town. I mean, he was sort of a refugee out of Cyre, and then after his parents died, was raised by in a small area, and then basically has just been listening to his Kiore to try to get to Sharn. So this is new. I mean, he had never seen a Warforged before today.
So Vesh, as she's like putting the finishing, as they're putting the finishing touches on Emet. So sometimes in the city, people are hypocrites and they like to complain about the Warforged. And it's very silly because the Warforged, you see like Emet is nice and some aren't. And it's just like, just like people. It's like whatever. And they shouldn't be so mean.
Emet is nice.
Yes, I put blush on Emet. Just a little.
I think I feel sad.
Oh, it'll be okay because we're going to just go see what's up maybe. And now you're super, super duper disguised, so you'll be fine.
So are they chasing him out of town?
I'm not exactly sure what they're doing, but we can go see. Kaya's already gone see. No, but if you stay close to me, both of you, you can be my escorts. So just because you're both very big. So I will put my arms through yours and we'll go for little walks.
You'll probably lift it off your feet if
Ooh.
they do this. And is Emmett wearing anything different, or you literally just got makeup on now?
Put the cloak around.
So the
Okay.
cloak's hood is up, and there's just makeup. They still have like no clothes on
Not
those.
like a hat
I mean,
thing. There's just okay.
the hood is up, but that's it.
Okay, so Kaya, as you run round first, you will come across a. It's a bit of a wider opening in the street. It's not a square. It's not big enough to be called a square. The market doesn't seem to be going on so much here. And as I said, there looks to be almost like a circle has been made of people chanting and yelling and screaming, and you can hear these things saying how, you know, they're not real people, they don't deserve to have the life we have, or, you know, they're just good for work, they need to be shut down. You can hear all these sorts of things, and there's definitely someone in the middle of the circle.
Is there a way that I can, like, sort of, like, parkour my way up and over the crowd and into the center?
You can certainly try. There
I'm gonna
is, if you do, let's have a look, would you say acrobatics or athletics? I'll let you go for.
I would
more
use
like flourishing, or?
Oh yeah, it's definitely flourishing.
Okay, well, there's a couple of boxes because there's still crates and everything. There are some banners held down from the thing, and if you could roll me in acrobatics.
How about I do one better and I use my nat 20?
Then you roll your nat 20. Tell me how you do this.
So as I yell, "Oi, you lot!" and I run up, jump, flip over, land, and draw my rapier in the middle of all of them.
They all sort of go whoa, and back right up. Some, like, a lot of them drop their signs, stuff like that, and you can see a warforged in the middle. It's a bit smaller than Emmett. In fact, it's quite a bit smaller. It just sort of, it looks quite battered. It's got dents in the side of it, and one of its arms are missing at the elbow, and it's just sort of sat in the middle of this.
I stand facing the crowd and I say, "How would you like if I said you're not real, huh? So
They're
tell you
not
what,
real though.
well, you know, with a flick of my rapier, I can make a few of you not real. So why don't you piss off?"
And they sort of, some of them back up a little bit, and then you hear another voice says, "They were built for war. We ain't at war no more. How can
And-
you trust something purely built for war?"
And you're built for eating, fucking, and sleeping, and I don't see anyone else complaining. So jog on.
Can you roll me an intimidation, please?
You got it.
11. Okay, so this guy, some of them start to filter off and back up a little bit. This guy really sort of, he's quite short. He's not tall at all, but he seems to be like puffing himself out a little bit, and he sort of strolls up, and he's just like, "I don't think you heard what I said. They ain't people."
I'm gonna ask you one more time, nicely. You can leave, or we can escalate this.
Escalate? How?
I take 2 steps closer.
Vesh, I assume on the outskirts and by his height he can see, and he sees this warforge sort of crouched down, protecting itself. I mean, I figure most warforge are kind of lanky, and it sort of curled itself in a ball, head down, with a crowd gathered around, and he begins shaking first, almost in recognition and connection with this, and then sees Kaya out there holding them back. And Tart would feel themselves dropped as Vesh strides forward quite confidently, maybe trips a little bit on the way in. And in a very loud voice boomed out through thaumaturgy, "You will step back now."
And this guy immediately turns to you, and seeing this very lanky boy sort of second guesses that the voice came out of there, but starts to back away and looks at Kaya and is just like, as if he's gonna say something, but he's just like, fine, it's yours. And as it walked past, it sort of just kicks the dirt up at the Warforged, and the others slowly disappear off into the street. There's even a couple of kids there, like that they've thrown some rocks and stuff, and they all sort of wander off, and you're just left with this very battered, much smaller looking Warforged, which Emmett may have seen down at the docks a couple of times, and probably seen not necessarily lifting barrels, but more bringing drinks and stuff around to people.
Emmett, I assume, still has Tart by the arm and kind of leans down and goes, "Is this where I feel sad or angry? I don't quite know."
A mixture of both, I think. You could feel mad, like, could be like so mad or sad and mad.
Schmad. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah. Oh, good fish. Hey, when did you get here?
Vesh is bent down next to the Warforges. Are you okay?
Hello. I'm fine.
And it sort of shifts around a bit and jumps up, and then looks at its arm where it's sort of gone at the elbow. It's like,
Oh dear.
Oh, does that hurt? Are you hurt? Does that hurt? Someone help! They've lost their arm.
It's okay. It's fine.
We could bring it somewhere, Vesh. She kind of pulls Emet forward. We could bring you somewhere and to make sure you're okay.
Thank
Vesh.
you.
It happens. I can take my arms off too.
That's neat.
you can see like a dent in the top of his head and a dent in his chest, or it's all sort of like you know, on a kite where it could be popped back out. It's those sort of dents all over it. And there's some colourful paint that looks like it's just been thrown at him.
Oh, well, I will prestidigitate that off. Or, you know what? No, I will just make it so it looks like a design instead.
Pretty.
Yes.
I put my rapier away, and I sort of mutter to myself, "That's weird. How'd you pop out?" Okay, so, goodness. Anyone find out what all that commotion was about?
Yep.
You're very brave, Vesh says to Kaya.
Oh, well, I think you're quite brave yourself, Vesh.
Well, that wasn't me.
Oh,
Well, sort of me. I guess it's me.
Well, there's a little bit of something that's not quite us all the time inside of all of us, isn't there? But it's all still us, isn't it?
Is that another one of the sayings? Like sorry, not sorry?
Yeah, kinda, I guess, in a way.
I
mean,
get that.
Don't you ever not quite feel like yourself sometimes? You just sort of do things?
Most of the time.
Emet looks at all of you and is like, "I don't understand."
It's okay. You'll probably catch on, Emmett.
Okay. Is there somewhere we can go that does like a Warforged maintenance?
necessarily Warforged maintenance. People normally maintain their own Warforged. There's some local taverns. Like everywhere's quite bustling today, so you'll probably find someone in the local tavern, or maybe even Aiden if he works with metal and stuff, that sort of thing. This small Warforged is just looking at all of you and using quite juddery movements rather than being as smooth as Emmett. You can probably guess this is from whatever has been thrown at him. And the little one walks over to Emmett and goes, Warforged, brother.
Brother.
I need
Little brother.
go back to job now.
Okay. Do you know where that is?
Tavern. Feather and Quill.
Ooh.
I serve drinks.
You serve them well.
So, do you have is your arm somewhere around?
Oh,
They threw it in the river.
yeah.
Oh, those bastards.
It's okay. I'll get a new one.
Okay.
You can get a better one.
What is your name?
Blue.
Blue.
That's a lovely name. Blue's my favorite color.
I didn't like my original name, so the dwarf who owns me gave me blue. It's his favorite color.
Oh, well, that's nice of him.
Okay, well, we can escort you back.
Okay. And it just starts to walk. You can see it sort of doing it with a funny limp and a bit of a clunk here and there.
Are there like actual broken parts on Blue?
There are some, like where his other arm is, you can see there's a couple of like bits coming
Like
out of it.
things are actually broken and like could be.
Like a lot of it looks like it can be popped back out, like it's dented metal. Where his arm is, though, it does look pretty mangled.
So I'm new to Eberron. Does mending work on Warforged?
I would say yes, to a degree, because they are still a living.
Yeah.
Thing.
So for for some of the broken parts. So Vesh
You
goes,
could do some of it.
yeah. I'm not very good, but I've learned some things lately. Maybe I can. And he sort of walks over and where there's a strut that's like sort of broken, and part, and he puts the two of them together, and you see a sort of, very sort of start and stop, sloppy, sort of, most any other magic, it seems sort of like this nice glows and puffs of his magic looks clumsy as well. It's sort of stumbles along as the two pieces, this glow sort of stumbles along these two pieces of metal and casts mending, and they hook back together and look like they're new. Like, they're Blue. I can help some times.
You fixed it.
Well, yeah, but yeah, we need to get you a new arm though.
It's okay. And he just sort of starts like waving this like a stump of metal around. So I can serve drinks on one arm.
We can get you an arm if you want this. I'm sure you could do that, though.
I can barely I can barely feed myself with two.
Vesh, I'll feed you if you want.
Oh, he gets a little bit of kind of almost like, I'm not a baby. I'm just clumsy.
I know. I know you're not. You're very tall. You're much too tall to be a baby.
Right. And he doesn't seem to have taken much offense.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry, Michelle. How many nines is that? But thank you for the new using your Prime for a sub. So thank you very much. Yeah. So this Warforged starts to wander off. He's just walking very, very slowly. That is much slower than any pace you guys will have as it sort of staggers along.
Do you all want to drink? We could go to the Feather and Quill with Blue.
Sure.
Great. I
My-
could use a drink.
One of my old friends said that I'm better when after I've had a few drinks. I'm all but graceful, he said.
Oh,
Oh,
I want to see that.
He's
Great.
totally not. He's totally not.
I do have a confession. I'm not very good at sarcasm, so
Well, I'm sure his friend told him that, but yeah, no, Vesh only gets worse.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, so you guys are heading towards the tavern. You're down again one of the many streets. This tavern looks to be quite lively, and there's lots of people drinking outside. You can see the sign outside with a feather and a quill and a pot of ink on the side. And yeah, if you can, even if you look through the windows, it is full of people. You can see a dwarf stood behind the bar, just polishing up mugs and glasses and things like that, and people are all in their little groups laughing and whatever, going about their business and listening to music. And you see Blue just go, "In here," and he sort of half walks into the door frame as he stumbles over, but walks in.
Kirk. Boy, I never thought I'd be helping someone else.
Yeah, I would go in and immediately go up to the barkeep and buy a round for everyone of whatever is most expensive, because I don't really know my liquor that well.
He puts forward a tray of all these brightly coloured drinks,
Jello shots.
and there are lots and lots of little shot-style drinks, and they all seem to have something in them that swirls and glows as you do it, along with lots and lots of jugs of pints and things like that. With the money you threw at him, he's like, take it. Like, he's and Blue stumbles up to the bar with you, and the barkeep looks at him and goes, "Not again, Blue. Really?" Like that. And he's, "Sorry, Dorak. It happened again." And he raises like his one rubbish arm. "But I'm fit for working again," and he tries to take the tray off you.
Okay. I will walk with Blue, but keeping my arms under the tray.
Yeah, he seems to be holding it upright. He's trying to he's swinging his arm to counter the balance of him waddling effectively, and just plonks it down on the thing. We have now had another full retweet, so we're going to do another wild magic.
Woo!
So I'm going to do
That's the drinks with the swirling magic.
Yeah, literally.
There you go, swirling magic in the rooms. One of those has got real magic in it.
So, yes, this I'm going to roll a d4 again, same numbers as last time. Number 3.
Cash.
I
Vesh.
give him the swirliest one.
Yeah, that's best. So it's a 1d423, please.
Or 23.
Oh,
4-8.
so
4-8.
high.
I don't even know what those ones are. So we will come back to that in a second.
Vesh will.
Oh, sorry. Go on. Go on.
I was gonna say Vesh, wherever, if we're going to find seats or whatever, Vesh is gonna very much try to saddle up next to Kaya.
Okay. Can you roll me a dex just to see how you get across?
How I do, just maneuvering. Yes, there's
Like-
a crowded room and lots of people.
Yeah.
well, it was fun having all my hit points while they were here.
Oh.
Hey, look at that! As long as I don't have disadvantage with a 0.
No, I think you've used your disadvantage. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I did. So
Okay, so I'm going to say that you sort of do quite well, sort of watching the path that Blue goes down. You almost meander in between people.
yeah, it's sort of. Oh,
You sort
maybe
of
this
brush
will work better.
You brush shoulders with someone, but it's not, it's nothing bad. You don't knock anything. Okay, so the wild magic
No.
word all leaves and greenery within a mile turn into various kinds of pasta. Who the hell wrote that one? Okay,
So
lucky we're by the shore, but we'll see what happens here.
Emet does have moss growing on some of their wood bits.
Okay, so you start to get like, you know, that I can't remember what it's called, you know, the curly, like twisty pasta, or like the shells that almost look
Tortini?
like, that's it. Like you sort, but it also, you get the shell ones that start to almost look like little mushrooms that crack around the joints, but it is pasta. But they look like little mushrooms sort of starting to form. What is Emmett and Kaya doing? Because Vesh has worked his way very successfully over to the table, and Tart followed Blue. Over.
Right. Yes.
Emet is going to compliment Blue. Like, you did a good job.
Thank
For
you.
purpose.
I've had practice.
Tart kind of, if there's like a chandelier or something overhead, she's just kind of standing on her seat because she has a lot of energy, and she's kind of like not off the ground yet, but just kind of spinning there after she takes like 3 shots.
I was gonna say, in fact, can you roll me a Constitution save, please?
Oh god.
I want to see how well.
18.
Ooh,
Okay,
look at that.
you are still
Party girl.
pretty
Yep.
sober. You're all good right now. You are all good. Pretty happy about it, but yeah.
Yep.
What is Kaya doing? Doing?
So I'm sitting at the bar and I'm just sort of like muttering to myself a little bit. Just how did that go down? And just sort of, you know, you see her kind of tapping on the bar, like almost looks like she's trying to recall something, in sort of like a pacing of some kind.
So you're not at the table, you're at the bar.
Yeah, I'm at the bar. Yeah.
Okay.
I just sort of gravitated that way.
The dwarf who was behind the bar, you can see he's purpose-built like a walkway for himself to walk from one end of the bar to the other so that he can still be at your eye level. I was like, you alright? Can I, get anything? Sort of like checking on Blue as he leans over. He's like, did you help my Blue?
I did. Yeah.
Thank you. This happens a lot, and I don't have time to keep an eye on him 24/7. Can I get you a drink? And he starts like.
Do you have any wine, sort of like from Stormhome, or something a little bit more elvish, or?
I got the
something...
Strongheim Red, but that's all I got.
Oh, I know that's
have any
lovely.
wine.
I haven't. No, that's lovely. That's one of my favorites.
Oh,
That's a figure I know.
And he picks out a glass for you, and then he just leaves the bottle on the side for you.
Oh,
Thank you.
lovely. Oh dear, bless. And I leave him a gold piece.
So, oh no! You help Blue. It's fine. Most folks don't. I normally have to find them a couple of days later. So thank you.
Not a problem. And I scoop it up and I take it, and I go, "Can I get a second glass?"
Yeah, of course you can. And sort of reaches down, just pulls up, and it looks at it and goes, there you go.
And I take that glass and I pour a little bit and I slide it forward and go, cheers.
Oh, cheers.
And I pour myself a bit. And Vesh was headed my way, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, Vesh will come and actually with his newfound swagger learned from Blue, actually make his way onto a bar stool without incident, probably for the first time, to sit next to Kaya. And looks at Kaya, and you see him sort of staring into your face. His lips don't move, but you hear in your mind, do you have a spirit that talks to you too?
I don't know what you mean. I mean, maybe I've heard things before, I think. Maybe. Why do you ask?
Oh, because you were kind of different.
Oh, that happens. It happens sometimes ever since I got hurt, but I'm still me, just like you're still you.
Right. No. Yeah, no. Sometimes my friend helps me be brave when I need to be, or feel, I need to do the right thing.
I can understand having needed a friend to help you be brave. I had a friend like that too.
Did you?
Yeah, I did for a good while. Yeah. Yeah, he helped me be really brave. He was really brave himself. But now it's just, now I learned how to be a bit brave myself. And I guess, sometimes I just get lost in the heat of things, and one could say that I just sort of do my best impression of him.
That's really cool.
Well, you're pretty cool yourself there, Vesh.
Oh,
I just sort of awkwardly hand him the bottle. Help yourself.
Okay.
And if there's a glass or something, takes pours it out and takes a drink. He's not a bit fairly young, not a big drinker, so is this something strong?
It will be quite strong. So which one have you picked up? Sorry, have you picked up one of the colourful drinks?
No, it's the red.
You've picked up the red. Okay, it's not too bad. I say if you just have like one sip for now, it might taste a bit like. Whoa.
Yeah, I mean he's I know I'm supposed to like alcohol, but he hasn't got a taste really for it yet.
If you keep drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I don't actually get to really talk to my friend. He's just always there, and he was thinking that, well, since things haven't gone well here, that I could go to Zendrick and things would be better there. But I guess he thought everything was still the same as when he was alive, I guess.
Oh. Well, you know what? As I kind of slide forward that business card that I never finished giving him, you can, if your friend's listening, let him know that I'm happy to help, and I'm happy to help you, Vesh, because that's what friends do.
He's kind of like a little choked up by that, and but also is a little wary because
I've had lots of people who've thank you,
and he sort of doesn't finish the thought as he's
I know you'll do as much as you can for as long as you can, and it's okay when you need to go do something else.
Oh. Well, you know what? If I can be honest, I know I flip my black hair again and sort of say, a little extraordinary in some ways, but I don't have many people myself either. So I think I know what it's like, but if I ever have to do something else, I will always be completely honest. Fucking hell, I forgot to do the streamers.
That's what I was just saying to Edith. I was like looking at my watch, like we need to deliver the streamer so we can buy you clothes before we go to the party.
Vesh, do you wanna finish this up? We'll go get streamers, and then we'll go to a party, and we'll all be fantastic. And then Emmett is gonna have the best hair. They'll have even better hair than I do, and I spent so long a day doing this.
And I will flip the hair like this.
Like
Yes,
this.
precisely.
Like,
Don't forget the eye thing.
Is
yes,
Emmett still covered in makeup?
They didn't take it off, so
Okay.
yeah.
Get you a mask. It's a masquerade party ball thing.
And Tart, are you continuing to drink at this point? Are you still going? Okay.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to say Constitution save, but I am also going to give you your nat 1. So you now are these little colourful shots. They felt fine as they went down, but now as you try and stand up, it's hit you. It's like, yeah, you are very happy. Tad tipsy, jolly, however you want to put it.
Okay. Listen to me. What time does this say on it? Because I just see like 5 different hands. It's not.
Emet will read it to you.
What?
Emet reads it to you.
Okay. It's not 7 yet, so we still have time, but we have to be very focused in our tasks. Emet.
Focus.
You need some contouring. Okay. So
Blue is looking like tipped his head and just watching you paint Emmett, basically.
Yeah.
I will look at Blue and be like, how do I look, Blue?
Is this normal?
I look at Tart and be like, is this normal?
It's relative. I mean, normal is really whatever you want it to be. Like, this is how I like to be normal, but I don't get to look like this most of the time. But I like it a lot.
And then Blue points at himself and looks at Emmett. Should Blue be wearing this?
I'll do you too, Blue. Come here. I do blue eyeshadow on Blue. And it with lots of pinks.
So you guys look over from the bar and you're seeing a very drunk Tart as she is painting these 2 Warforged that are sat opposite her on the table, and some very empty glasses on the table.
All the shots. Well, Edith didn't want theirs.
Oh, well, that's that's not going to be a problem at all.
Streamers.
Yes.
Pretty.
You are so pretty. Do you feel pretty? Because that's all that really matters.
And then he looks over at Emmett and says, how do you feel pretty?
Emet looks at Blue and goes, I don't know.
Okay.
But maybe do this with your eyes, and they'll do the flickering with their eyes.
And tries to do the same, but you can see like one eye's going a different color from the other, and it's sort of almost twitches and buzzes a little bit and then stops.
Good, Blue. Now lower your voice and talk like this.
Lower my voice.
And then flip your hair.
Like a whisper, like a very soft, sultry whisper.
Like a soft, sultry whisper.
Perfect.
And
now
he just flicks his head like...
We have to deliver the streamers.
Okay. And he stands up. And Dorat walks over with a fresh bottle of wine, just assuming you were going to be... And he goes, and then sees Blue, is like, oh my god. Like... Okay.
Blue is beautiful.
So, you know what I just found out about Tart? I say to the dwarf.
Yes.
I think she has a wee bit of a drinking problem.
Right.
I can hear you.
It's okay, you were supposed to. I'm just sort of confirming out loud for the rest of you.
The judgmental tone was really nice too. Streamers!
Right, yes, streamers, yes. I nearly forgot again. Thank you, Tart. You're very helpful.
I know.
Okay, so Deirdre has just donated 2 wild magic surges.
Oh.
One for Tart and one for Vesh.
Oh.
If you could both please roll. And that was a 1d423. Okay. We will come back to that.
Cool.
In a second. Dorak looks at Tart and at the others, and then at Blue. So, Blue, help her back. You're no good to me here at the moment anyway.
Yay! Blue is coming with us.
Blue take you home.
Sure.
And he just flicks his head again. He goes, Okay, and with his one arm, he wraps it around you and literally hoists you up and starts walking out of the tavern.
Screamers!
Emmet follows. And maybe hoist Vash up.
Yeah.
Come on, Vash.
Yeah, Vesh gets up from the bar. He was sort of looking at whether or not he should have, he was like, the last thing that Kaya said was to finish the alcohol, and he was kind of like, I don't really want to, but I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. And and does is like really trying his darndest to choke this down because his new friend has said, "Here, just finish that." I figure it's like probably still like half a bottle. He didn't get very far, but I think this is more of I'm going to do a constitution just to sort of see how he does.
Okay. You can take.
He's a big boy.
Yeah. Literally, your size has taken over rather than the alcohol itself, and you're absolutely fine. However, your perception, Wild Magic Surge, your perception is 20 for the next 24 hours. So,
okay.
Episode, I would say.
Gotcha. I'll put a note down.
However.
Oh.
No, you're fine. I'm looking at Tart. As drunk as you are, you knock over also like spices and things from the market as you leave. They shoot right up your nose, and you have to sneeze. You sneeze, have like a sneezing fit every now and then for 1d4 rounds. So if you could roll 1d4, so all the rolls you do. Okay, so we'll say that's 4 rolls. Mm-hmm. You have to roll at disadvantage.
I'm gonna be in so much trouble.
But yeah, you're drunk as well. Like this isn't.
This was a mistake. I'm going to be really angry.
So is this like?
Be so angry.
Is this like a Nymphadora Tonks thing? Like every time you sneeze, your face changes or something?
Oh, that would be bad.
What would happen? Just like maybe like a nose change or hair color change, or
I'll think about it. I'll decide when we.
Every roll it happens. Have a thing.
Just for flavor, probably Vesh is the one who knocked over the spices.
I was going to say, if anyone, you've probably sort of walked into.
Yeah, I've probably you were trying to be helpful, and like directing me not to watch out for the spices. What spices?
And it's like a cloud of like turmeric, so it's like a big orange puff, and straight. In fact, can I have your first roll at disadvantage, please, to stay standing up because you are drunk as well?
What is this?
Let's see. I'm gonna say. What future roll? It's going to. I don't know whether to go for perception for you, like on your. I tell you what, perception. Or athletics. Athletics purely because you're going to try and hold yourself.
Okay, I'll do perception then.
At disadvantage.
Yeah. Not one.
Why was that not loaded? Yeah.
Going to be in so much trouble.
You effectively, as this puff of turmeric bursts up into the air, and poor Vesh has just knocked this over you. The mixture of the almost like quite stinging sort of blinding puff of spices, you fall backwards and try and turn around to get away from it and effectively walk into the door frame that you've just come out of.
And at that, when she does that, she kind of backs up and like leans down, and she's like just trying to like snort out the stuff. I mean, she's had experience snorting things before. And the back of her top kind of rides up, and there's like this, it looks like a tattoo, except it's glowing, kind of a greenish blue tint. And she kind of stands back up. Okay.
Tart, are you all right? That looked like it hurt.
It did hurt. Yes, it did. but I feel much more clear-headed now. That's what happens. You know, you sometimes just bang your head and everything's clear, like the time.
As soon as you say that, Kaya looks immediately crestfallen, and she just kind of nods and takes like a step away.
Okay, I don't notice it because I rolled a 1 on my perception.
Vesh goes, "Your it looks like your advice helps. You put one nose and let through one nostril.
All right.
Mark does that really well."
Right. I don't think it's working.
Okay, so you guys are back out into the street again.
Mm-hmm.
It's not dark, but it gets duller here, especially in the low town area because the sun is going down the other side of the city and you're cast in a lot of shadow and all the lights are twinkling. The music has not stopped or anything. This is all still going.
Oh, we need to hurry. Are we going to the warehouse? Are we going to get clothes for you all?
Where do the streamers have to go?
I think a warehouse. Kaya,
So-
where do the streamers go?
What? Sorry?
The fucking streamers, where do they go?
Oh, yeah, they're going around the corner. It's 2 houses down right here. Follow me. And
Sweet.
not so much an autopilot, but more of like an actual conscious kind of pace. Kaya heads in the proper direction.
Blue is trudging along, still sort of got a hand on Tart's
Can
shoulder.
I have a piggyback ride, Blue?
Of course. And he just sort of bends down and puts one up. And
Thank you.
it's sort of almost flips you over just one shoulder rather than anything else and then starts trudging off. And I'm assuming if you are still drunk, you're like lounging.
Yep.
So yeah, you guys you see like not necessarily a warehouse, like a small storage place where there's someone starting to close down for the evening, and it just like he sees Kaya. It's like, where have you been? I've had one delivery from your buddy Leon, but where the hell have you been?
Sorry, some things came up. Sorry they're so late.
I needed these today. I mean, it's all right. I got them for tomorrow. It's fine. I'm just saying, next time.
Yeah.
What else do you know?
No. Is there anything else? Is there anything I can make up for free of charge?
No, it's fine. Just go and enjoy yourself. And tell that Leon to watch his lip.
What did he say?
He didn't say anything to me, but my daughter, I don't want to repeat it. And just...
No, trust me, hun. And I take him aside. And I say, you can repeat it. I am his employer. And if he says something untoward, you can tell the traveler he's going to get it.
He sort of looks at the others and then leans in and whispers some like profanities into your ears to what, like, he's obviously tried to flirt. It's not that bad, but he's tried to flirt with the daughter and it's come off as really creepy. And he's basically just like, I will punch him if I see him again.
Oh no, it's okay. I'm gonna kick him right in the bollocks when I see him.
It's much appreciated. That can be your favor.
Oh, you're welcome.
And,
which way did he go off to?
Oh, back up more to the north side. It's back more down towards the docks.
Oh, probably went to the bar, didn't he?
There's quite a few down there. They're all starting to open up.
Oh, that rat bastard. All right, hang on. I gotta go kick my employee in the balls. I'll be right back.
Well, just take one of the invitations because I honestly don't even know where I am right now. So I might not see you again before the party. So just take it and that will get you into the skywalk and then you can get into the party. The address is on there.
I take it and I matter of factly give her the exact coordinates of where she is in relation to everything else in like a full like minute span. And I just like exact numbers, like longitude, latitude, the whole bit.
Emet, did you get that? Because I didn't get that.
I got that.
Oh, thank goodness.
Blue will carry you.
Oh, thank you, Blue.
I turn to Vesh and I say, hey Vesh, do you want to help me kick my friend Leon in the balls? You can hold the nuts while I hit him.
He gives you that same look, and it's like, well, I don't have very good hand-eye coordination, but I can come along if you'd want.
Okay, well, if any luck, we'll just
Let's
crush him to
go.
death.
And so, yeah, he goes off with Kaya.
I give Vesh his invitation too.
You said it's in the sky?
He sounds really worried.
No, it's in the skywalk. You won't fall off. They have precautions for that.
Lots of people have told me they have precautions for me and they never quite work out.
It'll be okay. Just go buy some fancy clothes. Please don't show up not fancy.
Okay.
Okay, I'll see you there.
Okay, so first of all, we're going to follow Tart and Emmett and Blue. I'm assuming Emmett is looking to take Tart back home, effectively.
Yeah.
Blue is carrying her as they stroll, like just doing a straight line. They're heading up towards some of the larger buildings up in this. A lot more air. There's a lot more light as you walk up the shadows. Can you roll me? In fact, Tart, can you roll me a perception test?
I would love to.
Oh yes, a disadvantage as well.
10.
Okay, you're not too with it. You're starting to sober up a little bit. As you're sort of being walked, because Blue has a little bit of a limp on him. Starts your vision is bouncing, basically. And from one of the corners of your eye in one of the small streets, you think you see someone run across. And then as you go through and look to one of the other streets, as you keep going, there is someone standing dead straight and just watching you walk past.
I give them finger guns. Like, I see you.
And Blue looks at this and then looks at his hand, almost dropping you, but does manage to catch you in his elbow, is like, as he walks past and looks at Emmett.
And that will do it back.
Yeah. What do they look like?
They are just cloaked. You can't really see anything about them. Again, with the blurred vision and everything like that, it's just quite dark. And you keep
Cloaks are so last season.
At this, one of them turns and runs
Toward me or away from me?
away from me. Away from you.
Okay, bye. Creepy.
And Matt kind of looks down to see if they can see what Tart is talking to.
Yeah, Blue does as well, and Emmett won't see anything to the left. But to the right, you might see literally like a flash of dark material disappear. Nothing, you can't really see what shape or anything it is to it. And you guys keep walking. So, we're going to hop over to Vesh and Kia. Kia, where are you going? Are you heading down towards the docks and the bar?
Yeah, I'm going to go wherever I most likely suspect Leon's usual hangout is, to give him what for.
Okay, well, you go past a couple of bars. It's late night, the lights are coming out, the streets start glowing. There's lots of the street lamps are around, and you go into a couple of bars, and you don't find him until you come to one of the more seedy ones at the end, which you can see the sign is sort of hanging off a little bit. You know this is a place where basically people go to pick a fight. If they do, it's very easy to pick a fight. There's not a fight going on, but you can guarantee by the end of the evening someone throws a chair at someone else, and it happens. And it's called the Scarlet Handkerchief.
Well, what a coincidence, because I'm going to start a fucking fight. And
how are you walking into this? Like, what is your appearance? What is, and what does Vesh see from this?
so, Kaya's face, as sweet as it is, her lovely, very white skin has been scrunched into the meanest of grimaces. Her very finely plucked black eyebrows are just hooked and curved like a couple of like meat hooks as she walks in, her mouth quivering as she walks in. She goes, "Where is Leon?" as she kicks open the door.
Now, there's not a load of people in here. They all sort of turn and look at you. I said, "Do you come here? Have you been here before? Like, would you?"
Oh yeah,
know these people?"
usual occurrence, I'm afraid.
And they sort of go, "Oh, hi, Kia. Hi."
Hi.
Like, some of them are very like out of it. This also looks like to be where there's a lot of smoking going on, and some of them are quite like out of it. And you see some of them part at the back, and Leon is sat on the edge, and he goes, "Oh god damn!" Like, knowing already that he's in trouble, and he sort of holds up a hand, like.
So, fun fact, love. I can be late, I can be forgetful, but you can't be inappropriate to a lady. Because I've given you flirting lessons, and that's not what I said. Go ahead and point to me, I say as I make my way through the crowds.
Okay.
Make my way. I go ahead and point to me in Kaya's Guide to Tasteful Flirting, where I said you could use any of those words directed at a lady that you've just met.
I messed up, alright. I
You messed up? No. What you did is you were thinking down there rather than up there. Huh?
And then he
Yeah.
sort of sees Vesh. He's like, "Who's that?"
This is Vesh. He's a sweet boy, unlike you, and you've got a lot of fucking thinking to do, my love. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna march back that way, and you're gonna apologize to that bloke's daughter. You're gonna put your drink down, and then maybe we'll come to some place where it doesn't involve me hitting you with a chair, like last time.
And he sort of, you see, he sort of subconsciously rubs the back of his neck, and he's like, "Yeah, have you adopted him or something?"
No, he's just sort of sweet, and I like him, and he kind of brightens up the atmosphere with his lovable boyish charm. So get walking.
Okay, and he sort of stands up. What is Vesh doing right now? Seeing
Vesh is trying to look tough and does not look tough at all. In fact, I would love to use my nat 1 for
I was
intimidation.
gonna say, could
Yeah, can I use my nat 1 on intimidation because he's like, yeah, and
like, voice
you know,
breaks.
unfortunately, his voice totally is cracking. It's like his bowl cut, which is down in his eyes. He's like trying to blow it out of the way, and so it kind of looks like he's just kind of like winking, and then probably unbeknownst to him, like he has gotten a streamer, so it looks like a long trail of like toilet paper is on the back of his foot that he's drug in behind him, and he just basically looks pretty ridiculous. And unless someone has taken care of it, he probably still has frosting like up here on top of his head. They might not have noticed it because of the bowl cut, but as he blows it back, it's like you can now see that he in fact has like a big smear of frosting across his forehead.
Okay, well, Leon sort of looks at you up and down at the trail of brightly coloured sort of material that has attached itself to you, and just the slight, there's like you said, there's the frosting here as you blow your hair out of the way, and there's like the sort of greasy look of where the fish guts and everything were on you, and he's very much like, right, and then looks.
You better do what Kaya says.
I know, buddy, and he just sort of like slaps your shoulder. It's like Kaya looks at Kaya. It's like, my God, do you pick him? Like, and look after him. Like, ugh, walks off.
Oh, I'm sorry. What is that about the people I pick up? Leon, person I also picked up.
Okay. Point taken.
Takes one to no one.
Point taken, and he just sort of strolls out of the
You sure showed him.
I did, Vesh, because, you know, sometimes a lady's just got to put her foot down, or people are going to think that there is going to be some sort of unequivocal power vacuum, and no one wants that. Everybody should stand up for themselves, and everybody should make up for their mistakes.
Okay. You lost him at power vacuum. Unequivocal started it down, but the him not understanding. Right.
You know, honestly, I think I kind of lost Kaya somewhere in there. She just started saying shit.
It was good.
Okay.
So yeah,
Sorry,
I
go
follow
on.
Leon. I follow Leon out the door, so I know he's going where he's supposed to.
Leon is headed in the direction of the shop. You can see he's looking rather sheepish. He's like, oh god, like sort of. But you see him go over to the shopkeeper sort of guy who's still packing up, and you can't hear, but there are words passed. You see Leon flinch as this guy sort of tries to almost swing for him. He's like, backs up a little bit, and you can see a rather rude gesture, which is then followed to tell him where to go. And Leon backs up a little bit, and he's like, as he sees you, he walks over. He's like, "Did it all right? Done."
Well, what did you say? That did not look like an apology. A real apology would have been him being like, but no, that was not. What the fuck did you say?
I apologized. I didn't know. I just said all I meant was that his daughter was pretty.
I apologized, and he's sort of getting a bit like
One more time. This time, not I meant, because we don't use excuses. We say, I did wrong, and I will learn my lesson so I can be a functioning member of society. Like, that's what you do. So march back there and make up for what you did.
He's just going to try to hit me again.
Well, so what? It's kind of what you might deserve. And I was about to kick you in the bollocks, but I didn't because I'm a better person than that.
He walks back over. You can see the fury in the face of this guy. But after, like, you can see some, like, nodding and sort of, like, there's no handshake or anything like that. This is definitely like a don't see me again sort of thing. And Leon looks over to you before he leaves, like, and he sort of wanders off, like, leaving both of you. He doesn't really want to be around anyone right now.
Good. So, Vesh, we got a party to get to. Is there anything else you need to take care of?
We need to buy fancy clothes.
Fancy clothes, yes! Very good. I forgot that entirely.
There are places. Again, it's just normal clothes, but seriously brightly coloured and over the top, like festival clothes.
Vesh, who has no idea what fancy clothes are supposed to look like, and is like, well, and also his size and the fact that we basically need to buy off the rack. He kind of looks around to other people and sees all these bright colors and basically picks up a really, really, really bright orange tunic that kind of looks almost like a circus tent because, again, he's, so it's way too big around, it would fit like an ogre, but that's the only thing that's like long enough so his stomach, like, so it actually covers his belly. And there are some like really, really, really bright yellow pants that still only would be like high waters at best.
That looks lovely. I like it. Those are great. Those colors suit you, Vesh.
And so he goes over. He again, he's not a big money person. I mean, he knows a little bit about money, and goes over to whoever the vendor is. How much do I owe you for these?
And the vendor doesn't normally. This is like at the end of the rail. People don't normally buy this size, and she's just like, "You're taking them off my hands, like a couple of copper. What have you got?"
Here he has a silver.
Oh, thank you. And then he goes. I don't know if you want to, but this person goes to get your change.
Well, I'd say when they come back, and so I got to do a dexterity for this. He's going to literally try to put them on, hopping around over top of the chainmail because he doesn't know. It's like, do I have another nat one to use? He actually does okay.
Oh, he does. Okay, you don't do too badly. You sort of find a stool to sit on, and you start putting it all on, even though it might be a bit wonky.
Yeah, and I think he probably finds a purple sash. So maybe when she's bringing back the change, he's pulled a purple sash to tie around his waist to try to keep the pants up and keep the shirt down. And at that point, maybe she decides that the silver's worth it. But yeah, he now has a bright orange jumper, bright yellow pants, and a royal purple sash tied in the worst knot you have ever seen around his waist. Am I fancy enough?
You're very colourful. Like the vendor's just like,
I'm going to the skywalk.
you're going. As sort of then looks at Kaya.
And he just starts walking off.
Like, your chain.
Aya has already found herself an indigo and black, sort of like almost sort of roguey looking Harlequin's uniform. A bit form fitting. Yeah, there's little bits of like nice sort of like, it's like fake leather. It's like a little just bit like very shiny and lacquered. And she brings it up. She says, how much will this be?
Well, and he sort of just looks at the change that the others. If you give me 2 more copper, it kind of makes up for it. I don't know.
Ding! As I just sort of just put the copper in her hand.
Yeah,
Done.
That perfect. That'll do.
Thanks. Do you have any like changing room or anything? I'm probably going right to this party, and I don't want to,
There's a curtain round back.
Oh, lovely. Thank you. And I go around back and I change.
Yep, you come out, and Vesh is gone. Vesh is strolled off in his new fancy pants, basically.
Oh, I'm sure I'll find him.
I was gonna say, just listen.
They're like listen, and also I think they're pretty neon. You will see him.
I hear like a woman screaming and like some chickens flying and some pots being smashed.
Yeah, you see that as you enter. You sort of leave it, and it is getting dark now. It's getting much darker.
Okay, I chase after him.
Are you guys working your way up?
Vesh doesn't know where he's going, so
I have a vague idea.
The 2 people who never know where they're going have been left together. Okay, so I'm going to say you guys just vaguely start heading up in the up direction rather than anything else.
I think Vesh thinks he's following Kai. Maybe Kai thinks it. They're following Vesh.
You follow lots of people start working their way up. In the bells are tolling for sort of the end of the day, and all the market stalls start to close, and the streets are still buzzing with life. There's a lot of taverns, there's a lot of bars, and it's all still going on. We are going to hop over to Emmett and Tart and Blue as they are making their way up. And you're nearly at, I would say, well, Tart, where would you direct them to go?
It's the place they're going is almost at the very center of the neighborhood. It is a ridiculously large and ornate mansion with banners out front, with a 5-headed hydra on them. And the place is all kind of lit up for this party. Fortunately, fingers crossed, it hasn't started yet because she is supposed to be inside. So she's just like kind of pulling them along. We really need to get there. She gets you like don't even know. Her face when she is upset with me is like, it's like your face is right now, Enid. It's like she doesn't even know who I am. It's very confusing. So we need to hurry. Yes. Hurry.
Okay. So Blue's sort of looking to Emmett, just like where
Where do we go?
That way. And I point in the general. That way.
And then looks down that way and starts walking.
Yeah.
And Matt just copies that way.
We have to hurry.
So are you heading like towards maybe like a back passage or?
Yeah. I'll like as we're coming up, if I see like people walking, I'm like, oh no, we're going to the back. We're going to the back.
Yeah, there's people starting to enter for this path.
Oh.
You can see them all elaborately dressed. You're starting to sober up a bit. Your head hurts, but you are slowly starting to sober up a little bit. And you walk up one of the pathways to a door that you're pretty sure you came through this door.
Yes. I like pull out a ring of keys. I think this is it.
Okay. You try and get it a couple of times.
Would you
before-
like help?
Yes. I think this is the right one.
Like Blue's turned around, so that sort of
Right.
holding you in your
Over.
own direction.
Yeah, you turn it. I think I nailed it though.
And Matt will
No.
open the door.
Okay.
Can you roll a sleight of hand, please? With disadvantage, because
Yes.
you got, yeah.
15.
Okay, that's still pretty good. You hear sort of like a kutunk as the lock opens.
I got it at least halfway. Thank you for your help. We need to get upstairs and we need to be very sneaky. Because if she sees me like this, she's going to be very angry. Okay.
Blue
Sneak.
can be sneaky.
You'll see Emmett's eyes dim just a little.
Oh no. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Scooby-Doo up to my room.
So first of all, can you all roll a stealth just to get in without like anyone hearing you as you start creeping up the
I
stairs?
think this is my last disadvantage,
Yeah.
fortunately.
Okay.
11.
Oh, not too bad. So you're not quiet. In fact, so it's sort of like Emmett clanking around, and you've got Blue sort of hitting the wall as you go up. But Tart's probably the noisiest, basically over-exaggerating the shh as she goes up the stairs. And as you get up the stairs, you can see your bedroom door.
Oh, thank God. I run to it. We're totally forgetting to be quiet.
Blue
Run to
like puts down.
it. Throw it open and hop inside.
As you do this,
No, I was so sneaky.
you open the door and a
No.
woman is stood there,
No.
effectively in your face with her arms crossed in front of you. She's like, "What are you doing?"
Hi, Mom. I was just going to go change real quick.
What? Why are you like this? And she's sort of gesturing forward to like this. Can you even focus right now? And she's like doing the clicking and.
You know, I ask myself, why am I like this all the time? We were talking about this down at the pub when, you know, my friend Kaya, she said sometimes you are not all, you know, we are not always ourselves. And I thought, that's funny because
Who is Kaya?
she's my friend.
And these, and she sort of looks at the two warforged who are covered in makeup, and one of them that has a very colourful like pattern on the side. And Blue drops Tart and goes, "I am Blue," and holds out a hand. What does Emmett do at this?
Emmett will help Tart up.
Thank you, Emet. I feel much better, Eleanor. I feel much better.
You have a responsibility.
Yes.
Did you forget that?
No, I just, you know, it's the Thronehold Day. It was just, I thought I was going to be back on time. Maybe my watch is faulty.
Is it? Show me.
Hang my head and hold it out.
And she picks it up. She said, "It looks perfectly fine to me. This is no excuse. Now get out of this look and into the look you are supposed to be in. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And are we done with all of these mishaps for this evening? And are you keeping these? What are these? Why are they here?
Oh, to be my bodyguards.
One of them
And
has
that-
one arm and they're covered in makeup.
Because they
My
protected-
makeup, if I think, look at it correctly.
'cause they
Emet stands taller.
They protected me. That's why it's not my arm missing. It would be very weird if I didn't have an arm now, wouldn't it?
Are you trying to talk back to me?
No.
I'm sorry, I really struggle with this voice.
She's getting smaller by the second.
Well, I suggest you go get changed. I suggest you put on your other face and get to the party and do your job. Is everything crystal clear with that? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Stand up straight, focus,
Mm-hmm.
and do your job. And if you want to keep these things, you'll have to register them. And she sort of walks out and slams the door shut. And you
And
can
that leads-
hear her like stomp down the stairs.
Emet leans down and goes, I think this is when I should feel scared.
Yes.
Yes, I got this one right.
Oh,
Though they look no different, but
I
Tart, like,
think Blue is
falls.
scared.
Tart like falls on the bed for a second. And you just hear like, and then she stands up. Okay. I would tell you to turn around, but I don't. I think it's probably fine. And she like goes into this closet and is like looking around, finally sobering up a bit, and like manages to undo the like corsetry and stuff herself because she's done it a ton of times, and puts on this kind of green shimmery ball gown, and like looks in the mirror, sighs, and then starts shaking her body again, and she grows a little bit kind of into the dress. Her skin gets it doesn't change too much, but her ears become pointed, her eyes go from blue to green, and her hair lightens until it's almost silver blonde and goes in waves like all the way down her back. And the mark that you would have seen on the lower part of her back moves to her forehead, the same kind of L-shaped glowing blue-green thing. And she just, so much fun.
is it fun?
No, it's not fun at all.
Hmm.
Sometimes you forget how she talks. Oh, don't say that. Don't call me Tart.
Will not call you Tart.
It is your name.
Yes, it is the name that I prefer, but it's not the name that anyone is going to like me to be called tonight. So tonight, you may call me Ophelia, but you should probably call me Lady Fjarlin. It's just generally what we're going to call me tonight.
Lady Fjarlin.
Yes.
Lady Fjarlin.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I think we've all got that. You look like you're totally on board. You look like you're ready for a party. I'll give you masks. I have so many masks. And I start rifling through the drawers and I get like full face masks for them. Okay.
Blue's like putting them up, well, with one hand on his face and looking at Emmett, and then back at
That,
Ophelia.
yeah, that's so close. So close. Put it right here. There you go. Yes.
Is it a tie-on mask or is it like a held?
It's a tie-on mask.
Okay, okay.
Just a little stick.
It would be great though. No, you know what? Eamon gets the stick. That's perfect.
With Blue's one hand, you take the one I'm assuming you're tying at the back with some ribbon or something. And he stands very upright, even though his upright, he's actually quite slouched from where the damage has been done. But yeah, so we're going to quickly hop over to Vesh and Kaya. So what are they doing as they work their way up to this place?
We're getting higher and higher, and Vesh is getting nervouser and nervouser. The word, more and more nervous. No, for Vesh, yes, nervouser and nervouser. Totally nervouser and nervouser. I'm getting really nervous up here. Do you know where you're going?
Like a wise man always once said, you're going exactly where you're supposed to. So basically, in short, no. But we could probably ask someone.
You guys are heading up. You can see this huge manor, absolutely huge, and there are lights pouring out of the window. Music is blaring, and again, you can see lots of sort of like magic in the air, sort of golden swirls dancing out of the windows, almost in time with the music.
Mm-hmm.
And there are two guards at the door where people are filing in.
Well,
that looks like a party, and it looks like a fancy party.
I'm not exactly a wizard anymore, Vesh, but I think that's a pretty fair assessment.
He just kind of, mouth open, and then that same look when he first saw lots of shiny Warforged. He sees this house that probably has very nice and pretty expensive things, and there are people wearing clothes that probably they don't want things spilled on, and Vesh gets trepidatious.
I gesture down to Vesh.
Yeah.
I say, yeah, bend over.
Yeah.
I boop him on the nose and I say, last little bit of magic spell that I know, you'll be fine. And I boop him on the nose, and I am going to make a deception check to make him think that I cast a spell on him.
Okay, so deception against perception, I think.
Insight or perception?
Whichever you would prefer, because I think either would work.
I normally have advantage on insight and these things, but I am going to do something that I learned that we're able to do. I am going to voluntarily fail that because Vesh wants to believe.
I want to believe.
Vesh really wants to believe, and he...
That's the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me.
Oh, no problem. I mean, if I had more magic, I'd do something, but it's all I got left.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So come on, let's get party. This party. Words are really hard, aren't they? And I just stride up to the two guards.
And they're like, hello! And they look at Key and go, hello! And then they look at Vesh and go, hello.
Hello.
I have an invitation.
Yes,
As do I.
And they sort of like take it off at you and look. And then looks at Kia. Is he with you?
He is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi. And sort of like hands your invite back. Please go in.
Thank you very much. I kind of flip my hair, give you a small smile and a wink, and I take Vesh by the hand and I lead him into the party.
Okay, as you enter, you will see this elaborate party. This is beautiful. There are chandeliers everywhere. There are tables full of seafood and like lots of roasts. Basically, food you could only dream of. Lots of colourful things. There are some ice sculptures going on. And Tart and Emmett, how are you entering this scene?
Yeah, what do you think, Emmett?
So, because you introduced Emmett as your bodyguard,
Yeah.
they will probably stay like a step behind you the entire night with
Perfect.
their little tiny mask and their painted face.
At the prescribed moment, which is probably like 50 minutes later, at least, than it was supposed to be, they kind of do this big inhale. Looks like they're calming themselves down, and kind of walks out. Their body posture is really different, much more demure, kind of hands clasped in front of them as they walk down kind of the grand staircase into the area below.
Okay. Blue is trying to copy Emmett as he walks down, doing it very, very badly. And as you walk down, you will see your mother just staring. She's sort of like talking to a lot of the people there. Every now and then she shoots you a glance. But otherwise, it seems to be quite calm. People sort of look to you and sort of nod. And it seems to be a fairly interesting party. There's music going on and things like that.
She grabs a champagne flute off somebody who passes by.
Are you like just necking this, or are you?
No, she's trying to sip, especially if Elvinor's watching her.
You sip and you get a glance shot your way. It's not necessarily. It's not like so obvious to other people, but she's not happy about it. But Blue again doesn't really understand and is standing the other side of you with Emmett. So you can't, like, a lot of the time Blue and Emmett, I feel, probably obscure your vision around this. And you will feel a weight in your pocket. As if you feel, because this is bustling, like there's a lot of people that are brushing past you.
If anyone does actually bump into...
There's quite a few people. You notice that it says you've almost sort of walked onto the dance floor sort of thing, and a couple of people have bumped into you on the way over.
That would probably like put their hand out, like push them away.
Yeah, just move, please. And Blue will do it and then notice he's done it with the wrong arm, so he's just sort of at the other side. Yeah, you feel something heavy in your pocket.
Well, I'm glad that I have pockets in all my ball gowns, which I do. Tart did that. I did that to all of them. Yeah, I'll reach in. I was looking around. I probably didn't see it. I was looking around for Vesh and Kaya. But yeah, I'll pull out whatever it is.
It's it's something wrapped in like a cheesecloth type material. It's very small. And there's also, if you open the cloth, there is a thin paper note written in very delicate handwriting. You do not recognize the handwriting, and it just says, "It is returning. We shape our own future. Honor the house."
And Matt will lean down and be like, "You seem excited?"
No, that's not it.
Oh.
I think I have to talk to Elvinor again. I don't want to.
The scary one? I will
yes.
play with her.
No. yes, but no. But also yes. Why don't? Maybe. Okay. We should find her. But let me know if you see Vesh and Kaya. I hope they didn't bail.
I will look. And Matt will look around. They will still stay with Tart, but they will look around.
I assume we see them.
I was gonna say, how fancy, how crowded, how bustling.
I feel you would spot Vesh's clothing and his height. I feel you would spot both.
Ooh.
I'm kind of thinking at disadvantage. Oh yeah, and the loud crash.
An ice sculpture upturns as you lean on the table a little bit too hard.
I'm
Kia,
sorry. Not sorry. Sorry. He's like trying to pick it up, and as he does, he literally spreads more ice out onto the dance floor. So there's probably like just a cascade of people now slipping on chunks of ice as
I was
he's
gonna say,
trying to make things better.
cascade
And so
up.
it's kind of like that scene from Indiana Jones where it hits, and then as Vesh like picks it up, he drops it again. So there's a, and you just see a cascade of people in very nice clothing begin to do the jig.
When that happens, and Matt will look at Tart and just be like, "My lady, there."
Yeah, I heard it. Let's go get him.
And there's ice everywhere. Like, it's literally, people are like, oh, as they sort of try and climb over.
And like, if there was like some sort of cap on it, like,
Yeah, like
you
a
know, whatever it was, it ends up on his head. So it's this sort of, here he is with his orange and yellow and purple, and he kind of has got this.
Vesh,
And,
Vesh,
but
what are
there's,
you
like, this
doing?
cute little ice hat on his head.
Vesh,
And there's
Vesh.
both pads.
Kaya, who had been talking to someone, turns around and sees all this and goes, "Oh, fuck me." Okay, all right, it's fine. And I begin to help Vesh up.
He kind of slipping on the ice as
Oh,
he's
no,
getting
no,
up.
no, no, no. Okay,
Knees,
here, just
elbows,
careful,
ankles, everywhere.
Careful, gently, 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 gently.
Okay. Well, that's a way to make an entrance, Vesh.
As
It's a lovely party.
There you go, there you go. Smooth it over with compliments. There you go. Very good, very good, very good, very good.
Blue moves over to help Vesh stand, as it's now icy as well. Like, he's literally just holding his arm, and almost both their awkward balance sort of work and balance out on this. And Kia, you will, I'm assuming you had a drink and a glass.
I did, yeah, yeah.
And one of the servants sort of come up to you and takes a bow and offers a wine. Would you like a refill, ma'am?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. And as he sort of starts to pour, he says, "Stormreach brand, I've heard it's your favourite." And starts to walk off. And Tart, out the corner of your eye, you will see the same sort of, you're more conscious now, but you see a figure just robed, dark, and stood off to the side. His lips do not move. You hear a voice enter your head and say, "Ophelia knew too much." And that is where we will end this week's episode of Eberron. Yay! So,
Hey!
yeah, that
Wow.
one, yeah. So what we are going to do is go around each of you guys. If you could tell us what you thought of the session, what your favorite bit of the session was, and where we can find you, because obviously we want to promote our players as well. So if you've got any links you want to pop in chat, go for it. So let's start
Looks like we got a new
reverse. Let's go
round.
with Lauren, or Tart, should we call her? Or
Yeah.
Ophelia, I don't know.
Who knows? I don't even know. Hi, yes. I liked so much of it. I just liked I think I liked the easy way that we all came together, which is really nice. Yeah, that was a hoot. I really liked the ending setup too. Super excited for intrigue. You can find me over on Twitter at ThatSaltyGinger. Play some games around. Let's see. Friday at noon Eastern, I'm over on Grimjack 21502. We're doing some Outbreak Undead. We're playing ourselves. I am under no illusions about how I would survive in a zombie apocalypse, but I'll be there in it. Saturday nights over on the Greyhawk channel at 7 p.m. Eastern. I am playing some, D&D 5e set in Greyhawk. Lots of orcs and fun times to play a very violent little monk. And then, of course, on Sundays, I am over on Grimcheck 21502 at 7 Eastern, where we play Project Athena, a Pulp Cthulhu campaign. And it is the best. And it's our finale this week, this Sunday. So if you're around, check that out. We punch Nazis and fight eldritch horrors and take showers. You'll know what that means if you watch it. It's a great time. See y'all next week. I'm super stoked.
Awesome. Thank you. And let's hop over to Archmage Derek. How was it?
Oh my god. I have nothing but good feelings about this. This is amazing. I loved everybody's characters. This is, oh my god. I couldn't tell you like a favorite thing because I'm just so enamored with all of it. But hi everybody. I'm Archmage Derek. Oh god, see, I'm just so overwhelmed. I'm like, who am I? What am I doing? It's like I have Kaya's memory all of a sudden. But I'm Archmage Derek. I am a fledgling RPG designer. You can find me over on Twitter at Archmage_Derek. Posting my link tree down in the chat where you can find me. And also, I GM a game right here on Stratus' channel. Not tomorrow, but next Tuesday. We start up with the Scattered Ashes 7th Sea game, which is also intrigue and swashbuckling and mystery and stuff. And yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up, unless I'm forgetting anything. Check out the link tree. If you like D&D, boom, there you go.
Awesome, thank you, great stuff. And now we're gonna head over to Emmett, or Phoenix89. How was that for you?
Oh my gosh, this is fantastic. I kind of have a soft spot for constructs, so the fact that this world has constructs in it is, oh, it's amazing. So yeah, the setting is great. The player interaction we have with our group is so good, so good. I can't wait to see where all of this goes. It's so exciting and so much fun. But yeah, I go by Phoenix of 89 on both Twitter and Twitch. I don't have my own streaming site. I've popped in here once before. And hopefully I'll be playing on some Phantom Roll Booth here soon. So, little plug-in for them. And yeah.
Nice. Awesome. And last but certainly not least, Toolschool or Vesh, the adorable Vesh.
Oh, what fun. I mean, what can I say? I mean, I love how this group gelled together so quickly and just is working so well. Personality wise, and I can see how the relationship's going to grow between Vesh and each and every one. It's great. I'm loving it. I love the cast. You guys are awesome and so much fun to play poor sweet Vesh off of you guys. Thanks for letting me have so much fun with him. I am Tall Squall. You can find me all over the social media as Tall Squall. You can find me over on the Encounter Roleplay channel. You can find me on the D&D channel for Learn by Play on Thursdays. And then you can find me on my own channel on Saturdays at 2 o'clock where we run a game 100% for charity. This month we are supporting Project Semicolon. So please do come by and check it out. Hope to see you guys there. Let me know that you found me at Scraticus Academy.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. I myself really enjoyed myself. I haven't DM'd for a very, very long time. So this was great fun. Just a few things that I thought I'd mention is we've got the Patreon, which is one way you can support us. You get lots of sneak previews, whether it's artwork or info on the all the games we run, and you get to know some bits and bobs first. We also have merch, which is some fab t-shirts on Redbubble. You can whack it on anything on there. I think it's awesome. I'm sort of loving the t-shirts on there. And we also have a competition, which I'm sure if you go to the Scratchers Academy Twitter, you will see we are giving away some rainbow dice, and I love them. I wish I could keep them, but I can't. Scrat told me I wasn't allowed them. So I absolutely love them. And we are back later this evening with our final game of the evening with Mouse Guard, which I've seen some prep for it, and I think it's going to be seriously good. And that is at 10 p.m. EST. But for now, I think we are going to go and raid Tia. I love Tia. Tia's awesome. But yeah, we're going to go over there and give her some support. If you can let her know where you came from, so like use the scrap hype emote if you've got it. If not, just type scrap hype. Let's just go and give her some support. She's an awesome person, and I think we will see you guys a bit later. So thanks for coming, and I'll see you later. Bye.